Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. Welcome to tradertv.live. We're seeing North American stock futures back in positive territory this morning, nicely, in fact, more than a full percent now to the upside for the most part, right across the board here. We're coming off decent performance yesterday, reversing early weakness. We had that really strong rally into the close yesterday, so markets looking to extend gains from yesterday afternoon. Moderna, the big news story this morning, obviously mRNA to the upside, huge move higher in the pre-market after initial trial results on their COVID-19 vaccine came in positive. We'll talk about that coming up in just a second. For the second straight day yesterday, we saw the NASDAQ lag the rest of the market slightly, so tech stocks a little bit relatively weak, some rotation happening with money moving into other sectors, including the financial space. Goldman Sachs this morning blowing away earnings. We'll talk about Goldman to the upside as well. A couple other KeyBank, a couple other financial names also reported not as significant moves, but we'll touch on those as well. On the data front, we'll get June industrial production numbers coming up fairly shortly in about 14 minutes or so for the U.S. Also, Bank of Canada interest rate decision this morning at 10 a.m. and it's Wednesday. That means crude oil inventory is coming up at 10:30. It is, in fact, Wednesday, June 15th, 2020. Trader TV Live starts now. There's a look at Asian markets from the overnight session. Yeah, pretty positive right across the board here. Hong Kong did get back in positive territory, was negative for most of the session. You can see Australia and Japan leading the way higher. Let's go over to Europe and see how things are looking so far. Nicely higher right across the board here. France leading the way there about 2.5%. England up more than 2.5% or 2% as well. We'll shift over to North America here and check out North American futures. Look at the Dow. Yeah, 2% now to the upside. S&P 1.5%. The NASDAQ again this morning, a little bit less, 0.7%. TSX futures 0.8% to the upside. Brazil's open nicely higher. Bitcoin to the downside slightly today. We have crude oil higher ahead of those inventory numbers coming out at 10:30. And gold moving lower this morning. Guys, it's Moderna Day. Once again, mRNA saving everything, I guess. I mean, I think we need to preface this a little bit by saying it's a phase 1 trial. It's 45 people were involved. And I mean, yes, it was 100% success rate, but it's early, very early still.
Yeah, but it's promising. I think everyone's just looking for some positive news. And you sort of mentioned how big the trial is. It's also only like, I think it was 18 to 55 was the range. I think when the big trial does get going in the fall, I believe it should be like October. That's going to be, I think it was like 30,000 or something like. It might have been 60,000. One of those two numbers. Either way, it's going to be far more significant. The real story for Moderna, I'm just going to throw it out here before we even jump into it, is it's a new platform they're testing. So, you know, regardless of how much money they make off of this, this is a new way to bring vaccines to market faster. This success bodes well for them in the long term. I think that's some of the price action that you're seeing today. I hope you guys all caught that I'm in a nice little collared shirt. Sean's got some new merch on here, which I happen to like. I like these new hoodies, Sean.
Yeah, exactly. We got the Trader TV Live hoodie there. I tweeted it out. You can see a picture of that. Pretty comfortable. I don't know how long we'll wear it for, as it's summertime right now. But yeah, look, Moderna, same platform like Pfizer's using there. So you're seeing a Pfizer bump as well. There is going to be a vaccine, and it'll be here by the fall. But the point is how many people will actually take the vaccine? That's sort of the question, I guess. And I mean, does everybody even need a vaccine? I think it's more for different generations and whatnot. So we're going to wait to see. I more think that this rally, obviously it has something to do with Moderna, but it's also something to do with Goldman Sachs. And I mean, they blow it out. Like I mentioned yesterday, I said that they were going to be the best bank, and it was going to be on the back of trading revenues. And today, Goldman Sachs absolutely destroys it. You're up to 227 now, still going 5+%. So when you get the banks, we're sort of lagging this whole run up. And then now you get one of the biggest ones here in Goldman Sachs coming out and blowing it out. So yeah, that's part of the 500 points. And we're going to see, man, Moderna's still not above where it was that May 18th day. So we'll have to wait to see if it can get above 90 bucks.
Yeah, definitely a good point. I think there are a few other vaccine-related names moving this morning. Sean mentioned Pfizer there. AstraZeneca higher this morning as well. They teased a little bit data coming out possibly Thursday on their trial for their vaccine. So we'll get to that coming up in a second as well. Let's have a look at what is coming up later in the show this morning. We have another great educational video coming your way near the end of the show. Valeria will have the link for you. Yeah, we're going to dive into futures trading, tell you all about futures contracts, the different specs you have to be aware of, the different risk you have to be aware of if you're looking at trading some futures. So we'll have that for you coming up later in the show. Also, it is Wednesday. That means it's Educational Day. We have a live recording coming up once again this afternoon, 1 p.m. Eastern. Join us right here. We're going to talk about all of those topics. Yeah, SPACs, all the rage. We'll talk about trading SPACs, the difference between a typical IPO and a special purpose acquisition company. So that's coming up later this afternoon. Before we get into what is moving around this morning, let's go over to the desk and say good morning to Valeria.
Good morning and hello everyone, guys. I wish you a great trading day, and we're here as usual to make it even better. Please sign up to our daily watch list at the link I'm sending on the chat. So today we're experiencing some delays, so guys, you will receive your watch list very soon. And subscribe to this channel to receive notifications when we are back on the air. Guys, please support and give us all of your likes. I'll see you later, and back to Brandon.
All right, yeah, let's jump into what is moving around the pre-market here. We had a little one just popping up later on in the morning that we didn't get on the watch list, but JRJC, worth watching this morning as well. The little Chinese online financial information company. So they teamed up with Dow Jones Industrial to provide financial data through their platform directly from Dow Jones. So JRJC, worth having a look at today as well. Let's kick things off, though, with Moderna. Obviously, COVID-19 vaccine, they are testing as a possible candidate. Produced 100% positive results on 45 patients. There were a couple of buts, though, one of them being 3 of the 14 patients given the highest dosage produced severe side effects. So they're not going to use that high-end dosage going forward. So that was one of the kind of caveats from that. But mRNA, guys, let's have a look at the chart.
Yeah, absolutely. We sort of already talked about a little bit of the fundamentals there. You just gave a good point about the high dose. Certainly, we watched something to watch in the trials that come. 94 is the top. It never got there. 90 is the pre-market area that we just faded off in front of, and you can sort of see the kind of bump that it's gotten on this daily. So it is a bit extended, I guess is the word I want to use here, and it's exacerbated when you have a look here at the 3-minute chart. I just want to have a quick idea, some pullback areas. I was looking at about 88. To see if this sort of little midpoint retrace can be that little fade price on any move up in the open. Otherwise, 85 is rapidly approaching back here to the downside. It's not necessarily saying it's going to be a gap fill, but do keep in mind we've seen some of these fill back in at least halfway when you do have the news come out after a positive release. You get the move to the upside for a couple of days, and that sell the news can come in. So watch out for an 85 break. I think it's going to be easier to play into an 88 fade because you're using the high of the day as your out. If it comes into that 88, which is a little easier from a risk to reward standpoint.
Okay, yeah, just getting a stretch in here. Yeah, look at the Twitter, guys. Here's the better picture. We just posted this. This is the new, it's actually pretty light. I mean, that's the one thing I want to tell you guys about this. It's actually really nice quality and really light. So this is follow me here on Twitter. Also, NASDAQ mask here. That's me in public yesterday robbing some grocery store in the background there. But yeah, okay, find the swag. Follow us all on Twitter. Another thing I did want to see, I've seen it happen already this morning. We got some big love yesterday, guys. Just a couple weeks ago, we have a membership now. Look, it's $5. You support the channel. It's been fantastic. I want to say thank you to everybody who's been doing that. You hit the join button. And then what you get is, you get a little chicken dinner here, Neil, some fruit salad. These are loyalty badges. And then, when a big trade comes through, you want to just say something, you can throw down some of these emojis. And we are working for more, looking for, and working on putting up some more emojis. So join us, guys. Support the channel, please. Obviously, it's a free one, and we'd like to see that support come through. So if you guys could hit that up on the membership, that would be fantastic. But Moderna, yeah, it's still not above that level, and here we go, fading back down. And again, a lot of the things, I think it's 45,000 trials going to be coming through in phase 3, and then when that's a success, then this thing will go over $100. But you got to wait for that to happen. There's also a lot of people looking right now at a vaccine. Obviously, Brendan, I think Pfizer's a good name. Personally, I'm going to stay away from Moderna today unless it's to the short side, like Neil's just broken down some levels.
Yeah, fading already back to the downside there for mRNA. Let's go to earnings land, guys. Goldman Sachs, yeah, blowout earnings, blowout quarter for them. $6.26 per share in the second quarter, blowing away estimates. Revenue was $13.3 billion. Revenue came in 41% higher year over year. A lot of that had to do with the trading side of things, equity trading, $2.94 billion. So lots of opportunity, I guess, guys, in the market, as we like to look at every single day.
Yep. Well, I mean, look, yesterday when we were doing Goldman Sachs, we did talk about doing WFC and JP Morgan and Citigroup. I said Goldman Sachs would probably be the best bank, and it would be because of its trading activity. And then, ho-hum, today their trading activity blows everything out the water, and you go straight to the upside. I wrote down 225. The market was, did a little bit of a move here. It's just been crawling upside. So has Goldman now on this pullback, giving us an opportunity to get some 225s again. We're still 20 minutes before market opens, so that's going to be a little bit of a worry for me. I don't want to get in right away. Let me just check out the daily chart for you guys. I don't know why it's stuck on NQ there. It should be NY. There we go. Load up daily chart. Here we go. We're high, man. I mean, I think we got as high as 250. Yeah, there it is. We got as high as 250 back in February before falling off a cliff. We are breaking this little high here of 225. That's why we did like that back in May again, or early June, I guess, before falling. All banks sort of followed that suit. And yeah, we just get above here, 225. I like it. I mean, I want to go long. It's just I got to wait for a little bit of a pullback. 6%'s a lot for this name. That's all.
Yeah, I actually might even give a pullback to 222 as well. Yeah, 224.50, 225 that you had back in June. I was going back there and I sort of looked at it, and it was a gap up and then a high in the pre-market that settled and couldn't then break 222.50 or so. So I kind of like that level as well if we're going to catch any kind of a pullback. And then you did see this is where we did start a secondary move in the pre-market right at that same price, 222.50 or so. So I'd like a pullback into that range. First test would be that 25, and then I guess $2.50 lower from there on Goldman Sachs. But I'm going to be looking to the long side first, whereas Moderna, I may be looking to fade some plays to the short side. I don't know that I like doing that in Goldman.
All right, guys, let's go to the travel names. Obviously, as a group, getting a bit of a bump this morning on the potential positivity coming from the vaccine. So airlines are higher. We have cruise operators higher as well. Worth noting, though, some of the cruise lines, not as much volume in the pre-market as the airlines. I mean, we can look at any of these. American was up about 6%. We had Dow on the move. Southwest, LUV, also moving higher. Again, this all having to do with positivity coming from a potential vaccine. So what do we think about the airlines today, guys?
Yeah, I mean, I can start. I'll take one that we don't normally talk about, and that's Spirit Airlines. I like Save today. The cheap sort of low-cost value flight there in the U.S. and Save. It's been a big mover. I mean, straight down. I guess all of them kind of look like this, but I mean, $44 down to $8 and now battling through. It's above its 50-period moving average. So for me, that's a good little move here to the north side. 18.22, we're coming on that. And it just looks really nice here. I mean, it looks like we're trying to get out of this consolidation on the daily chart. So 1882, I mean, that's right where we are right now. I mean, we're at 1820, but not a bad little look there if we can get above 1850 on the daily chart as well. I mean, here you go up 5%, and the same kind of thing looks nice here. Consolidation through 1850. Let's take Spirit Airlines long. I mean, the news apparently is good. I just get nervous. Like, we can talk about this. I mean, I know, Neil, you're probably gonna have a couple other names here, but it's like, are they going to fade this news or not? Like, if you're going to go long these stocks, you better hope that the futures go as well. So I kind of think we got to wait to see what it all does. But I think for an early risk, Spirit through 1850 is worth it. And then you see if they want to carry these futures higher.
I think the play is like you got Spirit there. I think it's a great look because you're going to see that chart where Spirit's kind of holding at least a little bit on this little move to the downside. But look at American Airlines sort of giving a little bit more back of that gap up and just going back into some levels that we did see a couple of sessions ago. There was a pre-market fail at 12.25, call it 12.30 or so, and we're just at that exact same price. So if you look at like the weekly high, we've just come right back into it with a 12.75 top. That makes me, I'm still going to look at that top end break if it gets there. But I think, as you said in Spirit, it's a little bit closer. It's holding some more strength. That might be the easier play. Whereas if there's a rollover, American looks like it would be the one that goes here. So watch out for this 12.30 area right off of the open. You could see a little bit of a flush down there. And then I'm looking at about 11.75 to 12 even as a bit of a level to catch a base in American Airlines if there's going to be a pullback.
Interesting to see some of these travel names kind of fading back in, almost mirroring the chart of Moderna this morning. Here's another one for you. AstraZeneca out this morning conveniently saying that, oh yeah, by the way, we're going to have data on our trial that is currently being conducted over at Oxford University, possibly tomorrow. So Thursday for data on AstraZeneca's potential vaccine candidate. And again, it's Oxford University that's working on this. They just licensed it to AZN here. So we're up about 4%, guys, on AZN this morning. But again, already coming back to the downside here.
Yeah, this one pulling in, and it's at 1.2 million volume. That's fantastic. It feels like we should create a SPAC, guys, and go out and buy some company and then just say we have a vaccine coming. Like AstraZeneca is not usually, and I'm going to show you the daily chart just to show you why. It's not usually a stock that I think any of us like for a day trade, just because you do see how so boring and stable it can be. It is trying to break out through about 55 half, 55 3/4. So I suppose that's a price that you might be willing to defend. I would much prefer the recent high here at about 55 even if it ever comes back. But I think that's the type of play you're looking at. You're just looking to see if you can catch any kind of a retrace. It usually tends to stabilize even after some gap move. So AstraZeneca, not necessarily the highest on my list for a trade. But if you get anything around that 55 mark, I think that could be a place maybe pick it up at lunchtime if there's any kind of a pullback.
Yeah, I mean, I like AstraZeneca. The Oxford study is going to be good. I mean, they're working hard on all of these things. I mean, I think you just take IBB, which is the ETF for biotech. So I think I actually might buy some of that in my own account later on. I did want to say thank you. We just got a few members lining up here. Galilee, Arkansas. I wonder if state of Arkansas, maybe that's where you're from there. Thank you so much for that. As I scroll down, another one here. Steve Delaney, welcome aboard, my friend. And Neil coming on board as well. So thank you so much, guys, for all that love. And we love the support here. And if anybody, if you can, guys, hit that join button for $5 a month. You keep the show going, you keep us motivated, and we'll do the best we can for you. But AstraZeneca, again, I mean, it's just all these stocks. I mean, the news was down here, man. I mean, back when everything bottomed in March, and then you just get an uptick. AstraZeneca has kind of been dead money for a long time. This is a daily chart. It's done absolutely nothing since the beginning of May, June, July. So now, are we going to break out? Who knows? But again, not exciting for a day trade for us. Again, we cover all of our positions before 4 p.m. This one, I mean, if you want to make some, unless you want to take a lot of shares, I think Moderna is just going to be moving around a lot more. Even a name like Pfizer that doesn't move that much for $35, you could take more shares and play that one as well. So AstraZeneca, I love the company. I love everything that all these guys are doing, and I do think that we do get obviously a vaccine before the end of the year. But I'm not loving these. I'd rather buy IBB, guys, the biotech ETF.
All right, guys, a couple things. I mentioned that industrial production number just came out, 5.4% for June in the U.S. versus 4% expectation. So that's well above what was expected. Again, June industrial production. Also, a headline on everyone's favorite company here, Genius Brands, just shot up there. 4.3% in the pre-market here. They're teaming up with Archie Comics to launch comic book-based versions of Stan Lee's library of not previously produced content. So remember, nothing that's been previously produced is going to be included in this, but a little bit of news on Genius Brands. Let's continue here. Apple, guys, higher this morning, continuing higher. We're saying they won that court battle that was underway over with the European Union and antitrust officials. They wanted them to pay $14.8 billion to Ireland, I believe it was, in taxes, back taxes, but they're not going to have to do that. So Apple higher once again today.
Look,
the moon.
Yeah, we love Apple. Apple's great. I actually paired some of my position off the other day at 389. So today we go upside again. And I don't know if anybody knows this, but you can put it in the, I'll just tell it to you. They have over $200 billion in cash. So to save $13 billion from the EU, look, it's good, it's nice. And it makes a big difference there. They were never gonna pay that in the first place. But 395, yeah, breaking that. We did see the last couple days here, making a move down to 375 yesterday. Should have picked some up there. Was happy when I dumped it and looked at it. But Apple right here, yeah, will it break? I see the questions. This is just the most ridiculous chart of all time, really. I mean, if you even zoom out even further, you're just gonna see this climb, 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 then a drop, and then just, it's just a rocket ship to the upside here. We came close. The all-time high, I wrote it down, it was 399.76 or 56 or something like that. So we'll see here if it takes out $400 today. My bet is yes.
Yeah, I think that's a break that you just got to be involved in. You talk about those even numbers, and we've been mentioning those. With regards to Tesla and some of these other big high flyers, I think Apple falls firmly into that category. I do want to quickly get to the name that Brendan had mentioned, JRJC. It was not on our watch list, but I think it is worth talking about here. Just made another move to the upside. I was actually eyeballing this 25 area for the open to see if it would have been maybe some support or a breakdown here. Now, I don't have locates on this to be able to go short it, so we're only going to be looking long, at least in the short term. So watch out for 25. That was the first level I was looking at. The high now 31.50 if it wants to take that out, but it just gave a nice little 30 break with about 10 minutes to go. I think on a pullback, if it holds 25, that could be an interesting place to get in. I do think you're going to have to watch out for those wicks off the open, and I would love to have some low case to be able to go both ways here. But JRJC, another move to the upside.
Yeah, a few minutes to go here. I want to get to Arun before the open, but let's talk about ride-sharing companies, guys. Big move down, or not huge, but a move down anyways for both Uber and Lyft in the aftermarket yesterday. Not a lot of volume here in the pre-market, but worth watching. I think Massachusetts joining California, filing a lawsuit when it comes to the way they approach treating drivers as contractors instead of employees, denying them for benefits, guys.
Yeah, they're actually up right now, Uber. I did want to, just before everyone's gone here, I want to say thank you to Roland. Thank you so much, guys, for all this. Engtak TV, what's up, Engtak? Thank you so much. Rick as well. And then Mambo guy, Mambo number 5. Wow, ask and we get it. So again, guys, we always talk about our community. Thank you so much for all the memberships. Post it on there. I'll put you guys up on the screen so everyone can see that you are now an official member. Uber, we love trading Uber. We actually have, it's actually one of our first things. And I mean, my board is always, there it is, Uber. So we hail the ride sharing service. Hey, over here, there we go. Yeah, hey, black on black, good. Okay, up 3.69%. Brendan, you mentioned down yesterday in the aftermarket a little bit on that. They just got to get it all figured out. Are they independent contractors? Are they not? Every state, every province here in Ontario, government worldwide have different rules and regulations as far as labor is concerned. So Uber's going to have to get through that. But the thing about Uber is, guys, if the world gets back to normal, Uber was pretty crushing it. I mean, I don't know anybody that doesn't have an Uber or a Lyft app on their phone, and I know that they've dipped into, I mean, you know, Uber's buying Playmate or whatever it is. I don't know what it is there. That other food delivery service after failed Grubhub acquisition. You know, like, they're killing it in the food delivery service, although they're not making money. They're getting a presence there. They have deals with McDonald's, and everyone loves ride sharing. It just, is it going to be safe to take? Who knows? But we'll see Uber today. I do like it, guys. But again, up 3%. We'll have to see if it carries forward.
Just quick shout out to Keith there. We did talk about American. We talked about Save. We didn't talk about Delta, but you did just mention it. Just look, it's breaking above this sort of 26.65 area if you want to look at the 50 period. And, you know, 5%. It's doing a pullback as well. So you're watching what happened in American, and I like the same sort of idea here. Maybe find a bit of a base. Save was holding the highs a little bit better, but I think Delta, it could be a breakthrough 28 at some point. I think the dip buy is going to be more important in the short term. I would call that 26.50 to 26.65. We catch that. Any kind of a base there in the first 15, 20 minutes on a little bit of a flush in the morning. Thank you for that super chat. We try to answer all those questions if we can. Now back to Brennan.
All right, guys. Yeah, let's get to the overall market. We'll bring in Arun here and have a look at the futures, see what we need need to be aware of as far as both levels of support and resistance. It's been a steady march higher for the past few days anyways. Late in the day, we've seen this buying coming in late in the day over the past few sessions. Again today, Arun, we're back to the upside here. I mean, these aren't huge moves, but we're seeing that kind of steady buying coming back in again.
Yeah, this kind of market, it's very hard to read. And the market's up 1.3%. But when you look at the trading activity, it's like, where did that come from? I don't know, because it's done a whole lot of nothing between pretty much all day, or since the session opened. It's done nothing except between 6:30 and 8 o'clock. And all that volume is put in there, and then you have a gap up too. So for me as a trader, I'm trying to find the levels, and there's nothing I can find. Honestly, up here, the only level or area that I could suggest is that 32.25 to 32.50 area that I gave you guys a couple days ago, or yesterday even. Apart from that, I honestly don't know. At this point, I just got to let the market go into discovery and figure out where the action is. Because right now, I've got nothing to the upside except for that one area. All I can do, because it's such a wide range as well, all I can do is just be aware that if I'm deciding to go long inside of this area, I just got to really, really be sure about my risk reward ratios. Otherwise, I won't take it. Once we get past it, I'm more likely to take trades with risk reward ratios that aren't perfect. But at this point in time, I'm not stepping in unless everything sets up perfectly and the risk reward ratio is right. And the only support level I can give you, the closest one, is 31.55. And keep in mind, that's like 70 points away, right? So 31.55 is the only level I've got to the downside. I'm keeping an eye on this 32.20. It is not a level. It's just something I'm looking at that could potentially develop into something. It could just get blown up right away. But it's not something I'm going to trade off of. For now, it's just a matter of waiting, see what the market's going to bring. 32.25 to 32.50 kind of scares me, so I'm going to be really patient. I'm going to be really patient throughout this level and see how we play out. Apart from that, I mean, it's very hard to do. As a trader, you want to get these levels and make these plays, but sometimes you get a market like this where there are no levels and the market just doesn't really cooperate with what you want to do. So I'm just going to be waiting, and we'll see how this one plays out.
Great stuff. Thanks, Arun. Yeah, great stuff. It's just a steady march higher over the past couple of days. It's 39 degrees Celsius. It's very
warm.
hot outside, but Sean has been a team player here today, sporting our brand new hoodie.
I just want to say, and this is not peddling merch or anything, well, it is, but it's really great quality.
It's
and
nice.
It's super light.
It's nice.
And I just want to tell everybody that if you got this, you will not be disappointed. Trust me on that one. And also today,
yes, we got our watches.
Great news. And we'll talk about this when we get over to our desk, because you can probably see it a little bit better. But Lewis Daniels watches came in today. I've got black on black. You've got brown on
with
Lewis.
I think it's a black face.
Black. Yeah. So we'll show those out. Thank you to Lewis Daniels, our sponsor here, for our guest trader of the day. There it is right there. I'm going to hustle back to the desk.
Go.
And you can crush this.
I got one more for you here, guys. CanF, NYSE Arc Exchange, gapping up this morning on COVID news as well. So their phase 2 trial data positive on their vaccine candidate. I want to shift over here real quick. 225 on the daily chart. Very, very obvious level here, both support and resistance. Above that, you go up to 245, 250. Bit of congestion here in the pre-market. We're fading already on CanF, guys.
Thank you very much there. And
Sean
mentioned the watches here. This is what we're talking about, Lewis Daniels watches. And we do have a guest segment today, so we're going to have one coming up for that. And I did see you there, Sam. Thank you for that super chat. And you know what? I think Valeria is going to be on the bell, so you'll get to see her at 9:30, and we'll have the ringing the bell on the honor of you. So coffee on you. Small caps on Brendan. I want to get back to a one here, RIGL. Definitely going to be in play for me again today. I'm just watching out for a 390 area break. 350 looks like a good level. In addition to that, I also want to jump back to one other name before we go back to Brendan. We did have an IPO yesterday. It was Encino. It just made a rather large flush that I wasn't watching when it happened. I don't know if it got all the way down to 81, but a big time flush back into the downside. It tested $100. Like we said, Lemonade did a similar thing. It was following that pattern. On a pullback, I didn't think it would be this deep, but 85 to 89 were the two levels I was watching. It's already put in more than that range. On any kind of move to the upside, watch for faded 89. Brendan, what do you got?
Yeah, real quick, guys. That IPO, there's another one today. GoCo, G-O-C-O on the NASDAQ. Go Health Incorporated. Decent size one as well. It's almost $1 billion IPO, so we'll watch GOCO, guys.
Thank you very much, Brennan. Look, only a minute left to go before we get into these markets. There is a lot for us to pay attention to. mRNA does a push to the upside, and this is why you hear us often say we don't necessarily love trading stuff in the pre-market. This is why. Big volume spike just now, back through a fail break at 85, and then into this 88 area. So you're going to get this fade opportunity, which I don't love at 8:30, but I'm going to take probably one shot. You got the high of the day coming through at 89 and a quarter or so. So you get that range until the high. You're risking about a couple of dollars here. We got about 40 seconds until we get that market open. And then NCNO, big move to the downside. Watch out for this one if it continues to flush. 80 break could be big. Also watching Moderna, IMMP. Man, we're all over the place with these names, Sean.
Yeah, we are all over the place, and we're getting locked and loaded. I have saved Spirit Airlines, Apple taking out three.
Don't kill Valeria.
Settle down back there, guys. Taking over 396.60 here. Oh, only 10 seconds to go, guys. Spirit Airlines, we're going to take that long. We're going to look at CCL, and we've got Apple. We've got everything rocking and rolling. Let's get ready to rock and roll. 10 seconds, Neil.
Yeah, a little bit slow on that little countdown. I don't know, it took a second or two. Got to check my my board here. So I just got in some Moderna shares. We're about to open.
Apple.
Ring it now because we're going to go open right now there, Valeria. So there is the market open. Watch out for the top end break on Moderna as these shares just slipped in right away off of that open. I did say I'd give it one shot on the fade in front of the high. That's all I'm going to give it. I'm not going to go too ham on this trade, but I did want to take a shot here in front of that high of day. I didn't want it at 85 break. This is why. You are seeing a big move to the upside, but just look at this price action, guys. It's absolutely all over the place. I picked it up 87.5 or so, and then we'll see if it takes off the top. Fair enough, we'll lose a couple of bucks. Otherwise, I want to see a break of that 85 to the downside, which was that pre-market level that we just ran off of, guys. So let's see what happens with Moderna. Only position I have on right now, about 50, 60 cents in the money. Looking for more than that, of course.
Yeah, I haven't been able to get into anything here. We're waiting for Apple still to make that move to the top side. It is fading back down a little bit here. So the top side still 396.30. So that could get taken out at any time here. We'll look to see if that one wants to happen. Other than that, let's check in on our Spirit Airlines.
Guys, I apologize here. I'm not sure the scoreboard is working for you. I can tell you I have one position on. It is 87.57 short on Moderna on this little pullback. It looks like it's not too big of a move on the initial flush to the downside. And I'll try to clean this up so you can see this little wick down here. It just turned around at 86.60. I'm basically giving it to the pre-market high, and I want us to retest that 85 area for us to be able to take a shot here. So we'll see what happens. We'll try to get that fixed so you guys know the positions that we have on in real time.
Yeah. Very, very important. I took, this is Luckin Coffee. I took it short right here at 25. It's at 21 right now. We'll just see if it wants to pay off. Just a couple hundred shares. We'll get in and out of that one and see if we can't make a winner for you guys on this name. Luckin Coffee right now. We're still waiting, guys. Apple still moving around. CCL as well as waiting for 1650. But you can see what happened, man. The futures did come back downside. So we'll wait to see. There's that 1650 on CCL. Everything else, man, just cruising around. We want to check out AZN to see if that broke out through the top. Kind of did. 56 all the way to the downside. Sorry, broke the bottom there at 56 all the way down. So, yeah, the market's pulling back a little bit. Goldman Sachs, we were waiting for a 26 break. That came all the way back down as well. So, yeah, things are fading off today, guys. Not what I expected anyways.
Yeah, and just about to get our target here in mRNA. I'll quickly go back to it, and we will hit a new one. I'm going to keep using it because I have no idea why we have hot dogs up in here. We got $2 winners up in Moderna. 85 break is coming. I'm looking for a pullback to give me a second short. Otherwise, we're going to jump in when 85. And look, I say it. And then 85 actually broke to the downside. So trying to catch that second push. We did take it out in front. We are looking to see if we can hold it. I don't want to give the secondary push too far. I'll only give it to about 84.50 because I think the pullback to 87 might be a good one. If it can even happen. Oh my goodness, that's not happening at all, guys. Already almost $1 in the money on that one. I might start taking these off and playing for the pullback, which I was anticipating would come. Brendan, what do you got?
Southwest, guys, just watching some of the airlines. Southwest, the biggest volume leader at the moment, just broke back through 35 here on a huge volume spike right at the open. But overall, this group's still kind of coming back to the downside, guys.
Okay, yeah, we're still waiting for Goldman Sachs to break through 225. That doesn't look like that wants to happen at all. It's actually heading southbound right now. Very surprising. We thought Goldman had a good report, and they did. I just told you guys that it was up that 6%, which seemed to me to be a little much here, considering the financial situation of the U.S. and of the world here. Everybody going into so much debt. I'm actually just going to cancel these orders, Neil. I do not like Goldman Sachs anymore. This is not the kind of trading that I would want from this stock. if you're wrong one way, sometimes it's not good to try to pick bottoms, but we'll wait to see.
Yeah, the cash cow, I just got out of Moderna again for a quick little win, but I missed out on Encino, and this was a sharp move to the downside. It never gave me the retest of 88, but wow, all the way back into 79. I think we saw when Lemonade failed at 100, there was a nice little pullback, and we're seeing something at least very similar that I'm at least noticing here in Encino. I guess I'm looking for 85 on the next pull to the downside. If we can catch something like that, I think that'll be okay. Otherwise, we missed a bit of a move here, looking for a rollover when it failed at 100. Just such a similar pattern. We'll see what happens with the IPO today. Nothing is absolutely guaranteed. The only position that we got was this secondary short here in Moderna. I was looking for a pullback into 87. That's why I'm going to be scalping in and out of it. I think maybe you can start looking at 86 quarter or so as another area to maybe get into this one. But Encino now through 79, and the spread's 80 cents. That's why I don't want to be chasing it too far.
So guys, Gap, Kanye is going to be announcing his presidential bid today. I'm pretty sure that's what this story is all about. So Gap up 10%. We're going to go long if it does take out that top of Gap. That's GPS 1231. Kanye West will be in the building later on, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, if you're interested in that. I don't know if that's going to move the stock or not, but we'll see. Some people probably think it will. It's up 10% right now. JP Morgan, I want to take this long right now through $100.60, just the top of this wick. So we're going to go long here, and we'll get out if it breaks 100. Just trying to play off some of this weakness right there. Now goes Spirit Airlines. We take that one long as well. There's that hoodie for sale. Good job there, Valeria. Save right now, 1873 here, taking out the top. We do like that one. Spirit Airlines, a quick 6-7 cent winner as we go. And there goes JP Morgan to the top side too. So a couple longs on right now, Brendan. And there goes GPS to the upside. So everything right now long side. Let's go.
Yeah, I got one short that just popped in here. I got IMMP in front of a 180 area. It's a big seller at that price. And also looking at 188 is a bit of a top as well. Brendan, what do you have for us, buddy?
Another kind of reopening play, guys. Dave and Buster's here, play to the upside. Noticed it was doing volume in the pre-market. No real news related to this outside of the reopening type story, but right at 13 here was a little bit of a level in the pre-market, but huge relative volume on play today, guys.
Carnival Cruise looking like it might take the top as well. We did mention some of the airline plays showing some strength. Carnival almost at 10%. 1645 is the high. 1650 is the break that I would certainly prefer. I don't want it to test and then immediately go into a 4-5 cent range, then run into another bigger possible level. So let's see if it can take the top in Carnival, and we're going to take that long break if we can. I do have that IMMP on a bit of a retracement at 178 in front of a 180 level, but look out for Carnival Cruise taking off this top here.
I mean, that GPS, I don't know if that was a bad wick or not, but it does get to 31. We go long 30. So we'll just hold this one back through 12. If it wants to break through 12, then we'll get out. We tried this on that Kanye news there, and we'll just see if it wants to go. Probably a little bit of an average in here, and then get out at 12. I mean, it's either going to be a yay or a nay on this news. So we'll wait to see on that one. Moderna down to $82 right now. Spirit Airlines, we did take some out there. 89s, 88. So nice little 16, 17 cent winner there on save. Other than that, yeah, it's been a good day so far. A few positions. We're still holding on to this JP Morgan. We're going to try to give it down here to 100. So I think it's time to get a little bit more shares here. I don't have a problem averaging in when it gets down to these levels because we do have an out here, which is going to be below $100. So JP Morgan, we're long right now up here at $100.60, guys.
Yeah, I see some people saying, who wants to go on a cruise ship? I don't know, but we'll trade these stocks as long as they're volatile. And if it gives you a 10% move, it's going to be a gapper. It's going to be in play. And you got to be able to play both directions regardless of your bias. I just want to jump to EVRI. This has been a mover the last couple of days. I've stayed away from it primarily, but another push to the upside, up now 10%. Looking like it wants to retrace. I had a 630 break that I did like for the top. It doesn't look like it wants to take that one out. So I'm going to likely be fading this one back through 6 even, see if it can't make a move to that 580. I think you're giving that only about to this 611. I'm just playing this tight range here, but only if it breaks below 6. I'm watching Encino hold 79, so that's still on the radar. And that IMMP already took out a 10-cent winner on the first 20%, looking to take some more shares out once it breaks $1.70.
Okay, so we average in a JP Morgan down here. What a great little trade that was. We talked about averaging in down here. So now as we go to the upside here, hopefully, look at these futures though, man. We're just crashing down. Not a good look right now for these futures coming south side. We talked about not getting into some of these banks. So we kind of broke our own rules here. We want to watch what these futures are going to do. And here it comes, just crashing back down to reality, I guess. Until you get those phase 3 studies, man, none of this is going to really matter. So we are coming back to the downside here. Watch out for some of of your longs. That's the advice I have. We are averaged into GPS as well, which is gap. So we'll wait to see if that breaks through 12. But so far, a couple stinkers here today. What's
Brendan,
up,
what do you got, bud?
Infosys, guys, INFY 13% here. Another earnings name. They had a blowout quarter as well. Technology company doing significant volume. Nice move on the daily chart. 1060 up to above 12 now for INFY. Also on gap, RBC with an upgrade on gap today, guys.
Ah, okay. Well, that,
Yeah, I'm going to be a little bit salty. I'm going to give it. I'm going to give this one thumb down. I feel like at some point we're going to need one that's going to be 2 thumbs down. So I love to be shorting any kind of trade in this JRJC. And we did talk about this one a little bit. We don't have any locates. It just opened up after a halt, a downside halt. It cracked that 30. This was that move that we were talking about. It could not get through that high. Opening range holds the pre-market top. That's usually a good sign. And if you could have caught something down here, as would be my sell through 30. I couldn't do it. Want to see if it can hold that 25 area that we were talking about earlier. It just basically opened with that in the middle. I hate if that's going to be the middle end of this reopening range, because that was a pivot I was watching. So 30 is the only level I'm paying attention to in the short term. JRJC, volume through the roof. This one looks like it's going to be a wild one. EVRI, I'm still looking for a 6 even break. And the short on IMMP, we did get some more shares out there at that 70 to 71 range. We're short $178 in front of 180. Brendan, what do you got?
Gene here, GENE on the NASDAQ, 40% about to take out day highs, 325. Watch this level over here, 340 on Gene. They had positive results on a severity test for COVID-19 that they are working on, guys.
That's not bad. GPS, we are getting out. We'll look at that. More COVID news there. I think it's every day there's something to do with COVID. Our average price now 25 here on GPS after taking out that top. So nice to see an upgrade in the name. So we'll hold the rest of these and see if it can't come backside. Now back to reality here a little bit. Okay, Save got going there up to 1840. We averaged into that one as well. So we've already taken a little bit of profit on Spirit. Now we'll wait to see some more upside coming. JP Morgan, we've averaged in at 100 here. Our average price right now 53. So we're bouncing around on that one as well. Can these futures go? Let's check out Goldman Sachs. How low can you go? Down to 222 right now. Let me take another. We have more charts going on here. This is just a 1-minute chart. If you're joining us for the first time, we have more charts over here. 12 minutes, 3 minutes, daily charts and whatnot. So we're looking at VWAP. We're looking at RSIs and things like that. I do like Goldman if we can get through this level here. 222.
222.50 was the level I kind of liked on a pullback, incidentally. And Sean, don't spoil what we're going to talk about in our live to real today. We're actually going to go through some of our layouts. That's one of the topics we're covering. I'll get that on the board when things slow down a little bit. But yeah, that 222.50 was a pullback area I liked. It smoked through it off the open, so the retrace is likely to be the play here. I just have IMMP again to the short side. That's working for us. EVRI for the time being is bounced off 6 even, so it'll be a break at 630, a short at 6 even. I'm not really touching it in the middle on EVRI. And then Encino, still hovering below that 79 range. I think if it gets back above 80, it could be a nice little long break. But looking for Goldman here, it's about 80 cents away from a break back upside to the long. The futures, a bit of a bounce, I think we're seeing here. I only got one short, and we can't short that JRGC, which continues to be insane price action.
Yeah, and we got a little bit of Spirit Airlines there. Gap coming back to the upside there. Wish we didn't dump some up here, I guess, yeah. We'll wait to see if it takes out 1230 still. Not sure if it's going to or not, but JP Morgan, there's the flush down. So where is it? We missed the boat on the JPM call there. So that goes downside, and now we are out officially of that. But that's okay. We just messed up a little bit on the banks. Not a big position because we took it early, but I still like it. And now the futures are coming back. So maybe there is going to be something here on JP Morgan. We'll wait to get long if it does go back. Let me just see what the level is to know that we may be right here. Yeah, it needs to get all the way back at least up to here, $100.50. So we'll put an order to go long there if that does break. Otherwise, let's just wait to see what happens with Goldman as well.
And I just got a reload into mRNA. I said I was going to be looking for pullbacks. It was going to be 87, and then 85 was the second level we were looking at. So just jumped in front of 85 here, 84.30. And again, sometimes you've been taking a stock. Your stop is, or your area of interest is 85. You'll wait till 90s or 70s or 80s. Not in this case. It's moving $3, $4, $5 at a time. I don't want to miss the move. The second it starts to round out, I want to take my first entry point. You even let it pass through 85 because there was some chop between there and 85 half. 1.5, where I think is a better place to put the stop. So I'm willing to add to this one in and around that 85 price with 85.50 out. The only other position I have on is IMMP, which is now about a 15-cent win, and for a $1.50, $1.60 stock, we'll take some more shares off when we do get that, because you got to bank the profits. Otherwise, you can end up crying. You take the money when it's there. I know we love saying that, guys. You line up those pins and you knock them down. I'm not much of a big bowler, but maybe we should get one of those graphics, a kingpin. We can give that little nickname, lining up those pins. Brendan's got something for us, so hopefully it's a high flyer.
Big mover yesterday, guys. PRCP back to the downside, 24% today. Love these ones. This thing went from $3 to $7.50 yesterday, back to below 5. Just cracked through 5 there on a bit of a volume spike for PRCP. Also, Vaxart, another recent high flyer, VXRT, with an offering out aftermarket yesterday, guys.
Yeah, of course, VXRT. I was watching that one, made some trades in the afternoon, some positive ones on VXRT, but nothing compared to what you could have had. It's better to show you the 3-minute on VXRT. Watch out, because if it comes back up to 1650 to 17, I think it's going to be a fade through those prices. Apple to 400, I'm assuming.
No.
No?
No. We took a long through 396, a quick 50-cent scalp, and then we go long again. So right now, we're longer Apple right now, 396.62, looking to get some out, and bang! There it is, man. We are back right now, guys. Let's get elevated. We just take 396 longs, out 396.50, long again. Now we're another 50 cents in the money here on Apple. So things working out for us. GPS going upside as well. JP Morgan not doing anything, but Apple right now, a nice little win here to go. And there it is again. We hit another winner there. And here goes Gap as well, back to 28. So yes, everything turning around finally for us for these longs, guys. If you're long, nice little bump here.
Yeah, and just going to quickly take another scalp out of Moderna for a quick dollar. It's the same type of move here that we've basically been playing. You play the pullback. I never got the second entry, unfortunately, so I'm not going to change my risk structure. If I had gotten more shares, certainly I would have liked to hold a few more. But when I see it start to make that pullback, parabolic move down, you usually see some consolidation. I want to be able to take advantage of it. So we've taken 3 swings at Moderna. We'll take a couple of bucks. We'll take a 70-cent scalp. We'll take a $1 win here. It gets a little bit more shallow as it goes. I'm going to be adding one more time in front of 85 if we can get it. And I can tell you our IMMP, that one also continuing to work in the money for us. We got some shares out there at $1.65 for that 15-cent win. It got to 160 before making a hard turn. I will take some out in front of low a day. 150 if that breaks. I want to still have some on board for a bigger move. This came from 110. It still got some room to go to the downside. But so far, a couple of shorts working out, just Moderna and IMMP. 2 for 2. I don't want to force anything, but NNCO is looking like it wants to hold and maybe give you a breakthrough $80 to the upside. So I'll probably have that. If it gets anywhere close to it, we'll let you know in advance so we can get that punch.
Yeah, here we go, guys. GPS finally. I mean, why could we not just hold this average price here? Darn it, we got out too many shares in there, but now GPS for the win. So we'll hit the cowbell for you guys if you're on GPS right now. Okay, so we still do have some Apple shares, and it is falling back down right now to VWAP here on a market, on a market that's dropping, but not dropping that much. So we'll wait to see here. 394.75 we just bounced off of. That's right where VWAP was. Would have been nice to have an order out there. Let's put some more orders out and use 394 break as our kill spot there. But there goes GPS, guys. 38. So we're long 22s right now. So we'll rain down the money for our Gap trade. So far, so good today. Go Gap. 41s, 42s. Man, do we have this one. We picked this one out of thin air, too. We saw the Kanye news. Didn't even know about the upgrade. Thanks for that, Brendan. But here we go. GPS, 20 cents plus now in the money. Hell yeah. $12 name. What up, Brad?
Just watching some of the electric vehicle makers, guys. Tesla struggling at 1,500 here. We got a big flush off of the open, but trying to hold at 1,500. No significant news on Tesla today. There was a little bit of COVID-related news with one of their factories late yesterday, but Tesla a little bit weak today, guys.
Little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I got to be pretty happy with this one. Sometimes you get yourself a key level and you take advantage of it. And this was just this 180 area that we saw off the open. I like those fade plays where you get that initial buy on a gap up, which is given back, and then maybe flushes some of those traders out that might have been sitting there on a short side, early short side trade. And when they get flushed, I like to try to get in on that trade, especially when I saw a big seller. 100,000 popped up at 180, so I just jumped in front at 178 and then ride this party to the downside, getting some out at 160. Brent, just answer your question, and a longtime member there, so a fantastic member of our community. If it does hold the pre-market low at 155, 156, and starts coming to the upside, I'm not going to like the reload as much. I mean, that's not a situation that I'm all in love with. It's already made a couple of tests at this area, one in the pre-market, one after the open. So I probably will not jump back into it. We're already going to be playing with some house money, but I don't want to force it. If we can hold 150. Look, that could be an interesting place for a bit of a long bounce play. So I'll file that one away. Still got 20% in the event that it does break. Get that one out for hopefully a 25-cent win on a nice $1.80 name. NCNO was looking like it was going to test 80. Not going to happen anytime soon. Just made another leg to the downside in NCNO.
Encino, okay, good name there. Yeah, hit that like, hit that subscribe, guys, as we continue to rock and roll this for you guys all day and every day that the market is open. The only losing stock that we have today, hit page up, is JP Morgan flushing through 100, and good thing we got out there as it goes all the way down to 99.50. I'm waiting for this break right here, $100.40. Then we'll go long again. We'll try it again. And then here he comes right now, Goldman Sachs. Let's see if that can get some movement behind it. Right now, I like this trade as well. 220, 220. If we can get back above 222, that's right here. That's this VWAP, and that's that high tick. Forget about the VWAP right now. I'm using this high. If we could break that 220, 220, then we're going to go long on that name. But what's up, Brendan, again?
Market bouncing here a little bit. AstraZeneca following suit to the upside again. Here we're approaching these pre-market highs, 56.75 up to 57. Big time level for AZN, guys. Again, data possibly Thursday on their COVID-19 vaccine trial, guys.
Yeah, and the thing about that is I'm very likely to sit here and look at it and want to fade. I just saw Moderna make a pop to the upside, and we took some shorts off of that in front of the pre-market high. And as you see it start to roll over, I like catching it on the way back in, so it just retook 56.50. I'd rather catch it turning around off of a level. And again, you probably have to give it to the high. And I sort of said this, and the last time I violated this rule of mine, I had to drop and give 20. So if you're not willing to risk the 56, call it 77, 80, I don't think it's worth having this trade. So I got my stop ready to go. We're short here at 56.48. Still have some of that IMMP headed towards the low of the day. So that's where I want to be able to get out in front of that bottom. And then maybe even take a 150 break if it happens to do it. But AZN and IMMP, the only two things I have on. It's like you read my mind, Brendan.
Save right now to the upside. We did take that little long there at 1820. We did take it to begin the day here at 1870 and got out some 1890s. Now let's see save go to the upside here and hopefully get some out as we go on that name. But I just got to alphabetize my order log right now to make sure that we are right there. GPS save, yes, 1880. Okay, that's where we're at. So we're waiting up here at 1880 on save. See if we can't get some of these shares out as well. Apple falling back down. We do want to average in if we can get it around this VWAP 395. So watch out for that one. Apple making a move to the upside. So far, so good, guys. Apple, GPS, and save. What up, Beep?
A little M&A action, guys. Hasn't been a lot of this this year, but Forescout Technologies, which is, I believe, FSCT, getting bought by Advent International for $29 a share. Just going to double check on the cash portion or if it's cash or stock, but looks like cash only, guys. Forescout Technologies being bought by Advent International, guys.
Yeah, and just going to take out IMMP. I mentioned to you guys a second ago, and we'll go with you said cash. We'll throw some cash around here on IMMP. I said in the chat there, bounce off of 150. I was not unlikely to reload. I didn't want to see it make a hold of this little bottom here, which is what it did. Turn around. I will gladly take a 22-cent win on the last little bit here. Your average win works out to about 10% return on that short. And again, you're jumping in front of what I saw was a big-time seller. But Carnival Cruise Line takes a top off. I don't know who's going on a cruise, but we're cruising through the high of the pre-market on Carnival here on a 1650 break to the upside. I said I did like that much better than the 1645. That was the actual pre-market top. I just kind of like those round numbers a little bit better. A few more stops that are going to get triggered through there. Big seller just showed up there at 1660. So if we can chew through that, I'll take some out in front of it, because if it does that little fail to 60, you want to catch the pullback to, I'll call it 1640, 1635, and watch out for a secondary push through there. But Carnival, another party to the upside. Who cares who's going on cruises as long as we can make the winners on the long side?
Yeah, and it's a big stick swing on Carnival, guys. You know how much I love that stock, so you put the risk into the names you love, and dang, there it goes to the upside right now. Carnival Cruise Lines, your boys got this one, guys, at 1653. We talked about that early, and now we hit it. And go Carnival! Yes, sir. No pants down today as Carnival Cruise Lines heading to the north side. Get some out 64, 65s there. Let's just keep ringing that register, guys. And then, oh yeah, another winner right now too. CCL, where's GPS on board. GPS right now, we just took some out as it goes all the way to 40 there. Okay, we'll take that out. That one's cruising for a bruising right now. And Spirit Airlines, it's trying to go, I thought there. We're waiting at 1870 to go on Spirit Airlines, but good little move there, guys. And I did want to thank everyone for becoming a member today. If you can do it, man, support the channel. We'll be back for you every single day as we go. But right now, 3 longs for me, and all of them working. Save, you can see at the bottom, Save, CCL, GPS, and Apple, guys.
Yeah, and you look at these airlines trying to come through here. American, which was showing some kind of relative weakness, 12.25 has been held, at least in the short term. It's trying to make a move through the top. 12.75, just to remind you guys, is the break. I'm not looking at the opening range here of 12.62. It's going to be a 75 or basically bunk. And American is one that I will fade in front of that high. So I'd look to see if it retests 12.60. You short that and reverse to the long at 12.75. I mentioned on CCL pullbacks in the low 40s, 35 range. That's what I'm going to be playing. So I took some shares out in front of that high right now at 65, and I'll look to play that pullback. Sometimes you get those fail breaks, and we're all about taking advantage of that kind of price action. But American's going to be a short at 12.60 if we get there again. Reverse long at 12.75, guys.
So Apple, very weak, it looks like today. So we will hide our kids and hide our wife because Apple there heads to the southbound, and it just breaks through VWAP and we get out. So it's not, it's nothing really to worry about or cry about. That was our plan. We were hoping that Apple would get going there. It tried, man, when the futures went, but then all of a sudden, big turn left. Okay, thank you so much there. Kellen, I guess, Keelan. Where was it? I'll just hit this. There we go. Welcome to Trader TV Live. Thank you so much, guys. We would love for everybody to hit that like and subscribe button and become a member to support this show of ours. We think we're doing a pretty good job. Let us know by becoming that member. Come on, and there we go. Right back to the upside. Look, if this market wants to go, man, I need to be Apple long here. So we're averaging into CCL as well, almost back to our initial position. Nice little average in there, 37s as well. So back to CCL now going north side.
Yeah, I just got my pullback trade as well in that name. So we're locked and loaded in that long. We got a short in AstraZeneca to remind you about in front of that high of day, 56.77. That's going to be where we put our stop. I just want to highlight this CanF and then give a shout out to Brendan for, look, I don't know, the stock looks like it's going to the gates of hell to the short side. But you're happy if you are short. If you are long, you're not happy. But Brendan, my good friend, he called this one out as a short in the pre-market. This is why you got to pay attention when we talk about those small caps. I'm looking at the 230 level. Right off the open, it failed at that price. Gets anywhere close that we're going to be shorting CanF on any kind of a pullback. But Brendan's already got this one. I think at 250, I'm pretty sure was the price he got. So congratulations on that. And speaking of the man, the myth, the legend, let's get to Brendan at the big desk.
Big mover a couple days ago, guys. CCXX just popping up on volume scanner, just broke day highs here, up 1.2%. You remember we had that huge gap up to 15 that got faded all the way back to 11. So starting to move back to the upside for that CCXX, guys.
CCXX. Okay, I'm gonna get some more Apple here if I can. If it doesn't, there you go. If it doesn't run away from me, and there it goes. Okay, we're gonna drop this one at 394. Like, I'm gonna try to hold this, guys, a little bit lower here. I do like Apple. Again, we'll just have to watch the futures. It kind of sucks because I'm long everything, and the only thing that's out of the money right now is Apple. But we'll wait to see. Maybe it's just nearing that high. Yeah, and here come the market falling down again. So we tested it really small. I do want to get a little bit more, possibly ahead of 94 even, and then if we break through 94 even, then we'll get out. But right now, Apple looks like it's just a march to the downside here. CCL did come back to life a little bit, up to 1650 before stopping, as this market doesn't want to go. But CCL could be a decent winner. We're going to get out if it goes below 1625 today here on CCL.
Yeah, CCL just briefly broke that 50. I did take some out on the 50 break. I'll take some more out in front of that same 65 level on that pullback that we played. Just looking at that JRJC, it's now failed twice at 28 even. Look out for that as a breakout. I'm going to have an order ready to go, but it's 28.04 that it got to. So give it a couple of pennies past there and then catch a break. I would be shorting the low end, but we don't have the locates on that one. So we're only hunting the longs. But there goes CCL. We talked about this one in a couple of ways, and I feel like we're going to be mentioning in a lot of good topics today in our coming up. And as we're obviously actively trading here, I don't want to quickly put that board up because I want to show you CCL and that pullback that we like. And that's how you can play some breakouts. You anticipate that fail a little bit higher at the next level, and then that little pullback where you're anticipating a dip buy. At least some arrows in your quiver, or take some profit out the first time so you can load in the second time and catch the same type of winner. I love what it does for your risk management, but I also love the fact that it's about anticipating what you've seen happen time and time again. And look, CCL, we've been talking about this one for a while. it'll follow those same patterns over and over. And there goes Encino to the upside. I did wait around for this one just a little bit to see if we can get an 80 retracement break. It did put in a bottom at 75. Which we thought might be a bottom. That's where we took some longs post-show, and we promised we'd give those to you. So I tweeted those ones out literally 10, 15 minutes after we ended the show. Got some nice longs on Encino off of 75, but now an 80 break on the same name. See if it can't get back into the stratosphere that it had in the afternoon yesterday, guys.
Yeah, actually, I like NCNO as well, but I like it through 82. If it gets there, that's going to be good. You see the spread here, though, guys. Pretty spicy. So we'll take Encino through 82 there, but Apple just goes downside there. So Apple looks like it's going to be a negative one. We'll look to get some shorts going on. The only negative stock we have, Apple today on that one, so we'll look to see there. JP Morgan slightly negative as well. But right now, yeah, Encino $82 up here. I don't know. That's just kind of where we stopped and bounced a little bit. So let's watch this name. If it wants to go through 82, could be a good trade for us. CCL, GPS, CCL right now 6 pennies in the money off a couple reloads there. GPS 28 cents now in the money, up to day's high here. We did get out at 45, which is the day's high. We're still holding it. And then Spirit Airlines, we've been holding this one forever. It's caught up right now. Oh man, it went to 68. I'm parked there at 70 to get out of some of our save right now as we go. But guys, thank you again for all the love and the support. We'll keep going upside for you here on some of these names. Hopefully, Encino can get to that 82 as well. WFC, Goldman, everything moving around. DraftKings as well making a move today, guys.
Yeah, DraftKings making a move. I mean, the sports could be coming back. I don't know. I watched a rather odd baseball exhibition with no fans in the stands for our local Toronto Blue Jays, and I feel like the only people that are going to care are the people that are betting, because that's basically the same experience. But I got some more shares here in CCL, and we'll go with Bullseye for the plan of action on this name, taking advantage of the range when you get those breaks and then those pullbacks. I'm going to have my stop slid to 16.35. Right now my long is at 41, so we're not risking a heck of a lot on the last 25% of this position. If it takes the high, great. I only have one order, and that's above the current high of day once it makes a move to 17. If it does, otherwise 16.35 is my stop. It's a hard stop there for the last little bit of this position. Usually area stops, but at this time, I feel like we can just go with the hard stop if it happens to break. I'll be all out of CCL, looking for the next opportunity. AstraZeneca, I've had this short on, and you know what? I should have actually considered, instead of taking everything in one shot here at 56.50, if I'd gone in 3 stages, I could have shorted in front of that high a day, got a better price. It's back down to basically flat, looking to see if it can't retrace back to 56 even and give me, starting with a 50-cent win, and hopefully more AstraZeneca with the gap up. And I do apologize for that wick, making it look a little more volatile than it's been so far in the morning. There's the stop out in CCL. 16.35 does break, so we'll get a face slap for the last 20% of that position. That's why take profits, guys.
Yeah, exactly. You got to always take profits. I'm loading back in right now on CCL. Let's just hope that we can get some upside here in the market that will let this one go upside. But okay, DraftKings already. Double the long right now, double your pleasure, double the fun. DraftKings going upside. Let's wait to see. 5.6% our average price right now on DraftKings. 32.04. I do like it all the way back down here to a 31.20 break or so, back down to where this consolidation is. We'll average in all the way down here. Again, you know, we're not going to pick the bottoms or tops every single time here, guys. So we got to wait for DraftKings to get going. Would love for it. I mean, I don't know. We're waiting here to get more long, but would love for it to maybe retest and then go upside here. There goes CCL. Did try to make a move back up. I don't know. Did it go to 50 there? I don't know what that did, but CCL right now, a mover and a lot of wicks here going back and forth here on CCL. So let's wait to see what this one wants to do. My kill spot is basically 25, so 10 cents lower than this. We'll hope to get a 10-cent winner if we can, but right now CCL just following these futures, man, and they're puking down. So watch out if you're long this name, guys. Yeah,
and that VXRT is kind of getting back into the radar for me, at least in the short term here. It made one move off the open down, but I'm now watching this 16 even area. One fail at this price gave you a nice little short, gave you a buck. I'm looking for a 16 break to the upside. You can fade that one for a scalp if you like it. Maybe short some 80s if that's your cup of tea. But it's also 10 o'clock. That means it's time to go to the big screen for Happening Now with Brennan.
Hey guys, yeah, 10 o'clock. Let's have a look at North American markets. We mentioned the Bank of Canada interest rate decision just out. They held, obviously everyone expected it to, at a quarter point. So quarter point percent interest rate for Bank of Canada still. S&P 500 here, nicely positive now, 0.8%. We have the Dow 1.07%. Once again today, the NASDAQ kind of lagging a little bit, still in positive territory, but worse off than the rest here. Small caps doing quite nicely, 2.6% for the Russell to the upside today. S&P TSX here in Toronto, 0.8%. After that Bank of Canada interest rate decision, I'll show you a bank here in a second. Down in Brazil, BOVESPA still in positive territory, up about a full percent as well. Is my screen not working? It is not working. Yes, Air Canada to the upside today. So guys, we were talking about the airline, some of the travel industry moving higher today. Air Canada here in Toronto moving higher. I was watching TD and RY for that Bank of Canada interest rate decision. Not much of a move, but they are positive as well. Guys, back over to you.
Yeah, I mean, all the, I mean, that's what we're sort of hoping with Spirit Airlines. Spirit Airlines, obviously a little bit different than Air Canada. Air Canada, like our national, almost like a, I mean, Air Canada doesn't make planes, but they're just our number one. It's kind of like an American Airlines, I guess. Obviously, Air Canada, American. So, okay, 390. I'm going to try Apple one more time. Call me crazy. Breaking through 394, 395. Sorry. We'll see if that one wants to go. We'll give it that one more go. Our CCL did get flushed out, and thank God it did, because now we're even lower. And initially, we liked CCL to the upside because of what we saw going on in the futures. But right now, you see the futures are coming back down. And what we mean by the futures today, we have some lessons coming up on the futures. So hopefully stay tuned for that one. 32.30 was the high there, and we fade all the way back down now, guys. So that's not going to help out a position like CCL. So we'll wait to see on that one. It could break down below here, and if it does, 16.14 right now, there's some trouble in the waters down here. So I think this is worth a good short now on CCL finally, guys.
Yeah, I just had that Encino that we picked up on an 80 break, and I got that AstraZeneca. Still, it's basically holding flat in front of that high of day on that short side trade. But I do want to quickly, I said we'd wait till it calmed down just a little bit to throw up what is coming up, guys. Our first educational video, as Sean just talked about there. It's going to be trading the futures. We're dropping that one today. It's going to be an introduction. Of course, we have Arun coming every single day with his levels and what to watch, but it's more of an in-depth look, at least a beginner look at what they are and how to use them in your everyday trading or using them as an indicator, which we'll be talking about. So make sure you tune in for that on our Market Wisdom page. And hey, look, if you like the content, of course, throw a subscription. Make sure you're notified of all of these fantastic options that we have. And if you see a nice little timepiece as we're working the keys here, it's because we finally got our Lewis Daniels watches. We want to thank them for sponsoring our guest segments of the day. And we have another good one coming up. And we're excited to see one of our regular, sort of guests. You've seen him on the chat. I'm not going to spoil it. It should be a lot of fun. But I want to jump back to this VXRT just to go over that plan again. We like a 16 break to the upside. I also do think, now that I look at this 1450 holding, it might even be worth a little bit of a sort of a scalp trade. Gets down to that 1450 range, catch it at 60, 65. Just play it up to 15 quarter. If you can't take 20, if you can take 25 to 40 cents over and over again before you get a run, I feel like I might as well do that with a hard stop just below that 50 area to make sure we don't throw away any kind of profit that we make when you're scalping. Otherwise, the 16 break for me on VXRT, another 18 million shares already done in this name.
Okay, we got CCL as well, but the other thing is, too, we got Apple right now to the long side. So we just took out some profit there. I told you guys, through 394.70, we take that long, and that's our price right now, 77. So we're going to run that to the upside, hopefully. Took some out just before 395. Let's see how Apple wants to work for us, if it does or does not. DraftKings, we said it would come down a little bit lower. I thought I had some orders down here. I guess I did not. So we'll wait to see. We did get some 80s there. I was talking about it coming down to VWAP here, so we'll put another bid in and see if we can pick up some more DraftKings down here. This is where we want it, so we'll look to see if we can do that. Apple right now testing 395 again. If it could take that out, then maybe we have a decent winner and we can make back some of our losses on this name, guys. That's Apple. We'll get some more DraftKings here as well. And Donkey Kong, we talked about that. GPS came all the way back down. We're super light on this one, so good thing we got out. You can see all the outs up here on the top side of GPS. But CCL trying to make its way back down here, guys.
Yeah, just looking at that Weemy, thank you guys for pointing this one out here. And look, it's just going to really help out. And we love it if you do guys become a member. It's just easier to pick you out on that chat. So this is how I even saw Weemy. Thank you, Cameron. $20 break just happened. A bit of a pullback. Look at this consolidation it gave you at 18. This is the kind of setup you really want to be hunting out for when you see an upside move. And then you can take the breakout through 19, or you can actually just get long in front of the consolidation. I'd, of course, be looking for a short if it broke 18. Got to check in on some locates. You are wanting to see if it does hold lower. Ideally, even get any kind of a trade halt that gaps to the downside. I like those to chase some shorts, but first we got to make sure we get those locates on WIMI. Brendan, what do you got for us?
Another one in that group, ANY, A-N-Y. We were talking about this one a couple of days back as well in that kind of 3D holographic group. Gapped up this morning on news. They acquired a smaller company to expand their work in that field. So already fading this move. We're back below $4 here, but ANY, another one doing volume today, guys.
All right, guys, here we go. I mean, finally, Superman on Apple. I mean, we're trying to make some money back here, and we would have made it all back. I don't know if you might have heard me there, but Apple to the upside right now. I don't know why. I was saying, why can't I hold this? Like, it goes in the money for me 30, 40, 50 cents, and we are piling it out. So right now, we only have 30% left, and yeah, it's a 57, 80 cent winner right now as Apple continues to climb through. So, okay, we do take CCL now. We go short, 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 out, 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 out. Now this is a long through VWAP. So let's see if this market wants to keep going now. We do have this long in on Apple, which is now, this is, it's sitting right now, guys. Oh man, we should have held that one a little bit longer, but Apple now $1 in the money and still going high side here. Spirit Airlines trying to make its move backside as well. We should have averaged in and held all these things, guys. But we'll wait on JP Morgan as well coming through.
Thumbs down for Encino. First shot was to the long trade. Look, we're going to be shorting this one at some point. It just didn't give me a long setup. It gave me a break through 80, only giving it to that 80, that 79 range because we were taking it on essentially a VWAP break. And if you're catching it off the bottom, maybe at like 77, you're going to give it to 75. But because 75 is that hard stop, it's not a trade that I wanted to give $5 when really my next level up that I wanted to be shorting in front of was 85 to 87. So you got to structure your trade correctly. I think you dig in a little bit deeper if you get a hold off of 75. But I'm actually hoping we can get some kind of a trade into 85, 70 87 that I can fade. And I'll actually be looking for a breakdown at 75. Maybe we'll punch short. Just watch out for the spread. It is a little bit crazy on Encino. I didn't get slipped that far at 79, but you could get slipped like $1, $2 based on what I'm seeing on level 2 here. Brendan, what do you got for us?
Aquilium, guys. EQ popping up on a volume scanner here. Just broke 16. Huge volume spike as it broke 16, 13.5%. Remember, a couple of days back, some COVID-related news on this one as well, guys.
I mean, that EQ is nuts. That was like $35, and like you said, back down to 17 there, and we'll just wait to see what that one wants to do. I would want to go check back. I thought I'd be trading Goldman Sachs today, and I haven't even put a trade on yet. And this is why, guys. The banks, I mean, look, it was a good report. We talked about it being up 6%. Obviously, I didn't feel that strongly about it because I didn't short it. But right now, Goldman is pulling back here to some little bit of consolidation. The problem is it consolidated here and then moved lower, and then now we're trying to consolidate again. And it looks like we may take this 217 out as well on the downside. So that's not a horrible trade here. It doesn't look like they like Goldman and they want to keep it to the positive side here today at all. So Goldman is making that move lower now, guys. So watch out here on that. Breaking through 217 could be a trade there on Goldman Sachs.
Yeah, I'm just going to add, I don't even know how it happened that Beyond Meat was no longer on my quote board, but sometimes you got to make a move, and Beyond Meat's making its move to the upside, and I got to get this one back in here. I am looking at 131. I don't know if you're going to get that kind of a dip. You did like that break through the pre-market top. Although on that low volume, I don't know that it's a trade that I would have had. Congratulations if you got it. It's always worth jumping in. Just noticing it's likely to run into some resistance at at 137. You do see that, of course. You have the 50 period sort of hovering below. It did make that break and has been bearish for at least the last couple of sessions. But look out for 137 as a fade. I mean, if we catch a top there, you're going to see me jump into a short in Beyond Meat on the rollover. I am still in this AstraZeneca to the short side, and look, I said AstraZeneca, it can be lazy for a day trade, which is fine because if you get a structured short like this, they're only risking 20, 30 cents depending on slippage to try and make significantly more than that, hopefully $1 plus if it tests those lows. That's great and all, but it just might mean we're holding on to this one all day long without any exciting updates to give you on AZN, guys.
Yeah, we're going to go short here, Luckin Coffee as well. We still do have that Apple trade on board here as well. So we'll see if Apple wants to go through this. We're long 349.77 right here in AAPL. Also, DraftKings, we're trying to get longer down here. We missed the long in the 50s. My mistake on that one. And then Spirit Airlines. So we're still holding everything, guys. But we are ready for Brendan over here. We need some more names here. So this might help us here with some upgrades and downgrades, Brendan.
Hey guys, yeah, a couple on here that I don't think we've looked at yet. So let's have a look. Upgrades on this side, downgrades over there. There's GPS still, yeah, 8+%. Halliburton, a nice move today on the back of an upgrade. Also, energy prices helping there. Wells Fargo catching an upgrade today. Talked about the earnings yesterday. WFC back to the upside, 3%. AXP definitely strong, even with a downgrade today for American Express. You're going to find MPLX in positive territory as well. Smaller stock, 1.4%, even with a downgrade. Let's shift over and have a look at a couple of these. There's Halliburton, yeah, gapping higher, not really doing a heck of a lot, but did give you a possibility at a long here off of the open. We're sitting back at this 1280, 1275 support area right now. And if I shift over to AXP, yeah, gapping up as well with the rest of the market. 97 here, bit of a choppy day so far for that one, but an upgrade for American Express today, guys. Back to you.
IMMP, this name that we were in before, fantastic short. We did get out right in front of the bottom. I told you if it held 150, that was going to be the turn. I'd take it all out and then look to see what happens at 180. I didn't want to blindly reload at that price because it was a seller. I wanted to see if they stayed there, at least for the time being. I didn't see them, so I just went long on a break of that 180. And again, look, it's not that it was a bad idea to jump in front of that short. It was a good level the first time. I think playing it a second time is not unreasonable. I just wanted to make sure that the reason I had for going in that first short, which was that big seller, was going to still be there. So take the quick scalp out. You get that little 5-cent move. You get 5, 10, 15 is the target. Why? $2 is a high. If it pulls back in, I'd call it about $1.70, $1.75. You want to be able to add to this position on that little fake out, similar to what we were doing in Carnival Cruise. But I'm going to be 100% out if it ever got to $2. Again, you look at that 10% return, but also the pre-market high at 204 gives you a secondary break anyways that as an active trader you can be involved in. So we gave you all the reasons why we get out in front of 150. I gave you all the reasons why I didn't short at 180 a second time. Either way, we got a couple of wins on here. Second to be to be determined. I'm still holding 80% of the position here as we just took that 180 break. Let's see if we can't make a run to that $2 on IMMP.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of names moving around here today, including Apple. I mean, we're still long this one. This is 30 cents in the money. Our DraftKings, we haven't been able to reload this one yet, but we will through 50. And let's just see. I mean, I need this one to go here. We've been averaging into it, so hopefully this will be a winner for us on DraftKings. But it's just hovering here. I don't know what's going on. We have a bunch of NASDAQ books here. We just need to break above 3180. Maybe we'll get some more shares if that does happen. But right now, we are dug in right now to DraftKings and Spirit Airlines, same kind of thing, man. We were waiting up here at 1870. We took some out at 60 off of this reload, and now it's just coming to the downside. So we got to wait for these futures to do something, either up or down. It looks more like it's going to break the day's low here. So I think we need to hunt some shorts. I'm not in anything short. I do have luck in coffee to the short side right here at 10, which is not doing anything.
Yeah, these futures ain't helping my AstraZeneca. I feel like
anything.
If we ever say a stock is not good for a day trade, it's like, how long have you been day trading, Sean? Has AstraZeneca ever really been something outside of maybe earnings from time to time? It's just not one of those names, and I feel like I got suckered into a setup. It hasn't broken my rules yet, so we're still in it here, but it feels like it's just not enough action for me. Getting a pullback in IMMP, but it's not deep enough for a reload. We'll let you know when that does happen. Brennan, what do you got?
Vaxart, guys. We mentioned Vaxart with share offering, big high flyer recently to the downside today, 11% here, sitting right at 15. So we've been below, we've been above. It's kind of teetering right at $15 for VXRT after the offering, guys.
And Beyond Meat tries to pull back, not going to give you anything close to that 131, 131.50 area where you expect to see some definite support. If it does fail through this 132.50, could be a nice little scalp short opportunity. I'm also looking at VXRT. 14.50 was the level I really, really liked, but 15 seems to be holding right now. It's a 16 break all the way on VXRT whenever that happens. We saw what happened in the afternoon on VXRT. Don't sleep on it just because it doesn't move in the first 30 or 40 minutes or the first hour or so. Valeria's got something for us. What do you have?
Thank you, Neil, and hey guys, welcome everyone who joined us for the first time. Please subscribe to this channel and join our live trading show every day at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. We are also just less than 2,000 away from reaching 60,000 of subscribers. Guys, please help us to reach that number as soon as it's possible and hit the subscribe button. You can also find join button right next to it, or you can join our membership at the link I'm sending on the chat. Guys, thank you very much everyone who joined, and welcome to the family. And of course, please like this video. 1,000 likes is a traditional already. I'll see you later. Back to traders.
Thank you, Valeria. Yeah, hit that like, hit that subscribe, guys, and jump on board. We're back every single day, and we'll try to navigate through these markets with you guys as we go. But Brendan has something else. What's up?
BE, guys, little clean energy name, 25%. Huge volume spike just coming in here. They're moving into the hydrogen fuel space. They announced that today. So a couple of shifts and acquisitions for BE up big time on huge volume on that news, guys.
Yeah, we just got another leg out on our IMMP. So once again, we're going to go with hot dogging it here on IMMP. We did get that entry on the break. I wanted to pull into the mid-70s. Look, it's going to show this wick on the 1 minute that it got to 75. But trust me, when it got down, they're very difficult to pick up shares unless you had to aggressively pick some up 76 and 77 on the way up. I did take some out in front of 190. I'll take some out at 92, 93, 95, 96 in front of that high of day at 204 that we are looking at from the pre-market. Again, it could be a secondary breakthrough that price. It's going to be a pullback trade through VWAP if I can catch it. But if it doesn't go to the back to the downside, that's fair enough. It just means that we get a winner all the way. AstraZeneca not moving. IMMP, we've won short. We've won long. We'll see what we can do with this one in the future. But I did see a few people talking about GE and E, so I'm going to make sure we do get to this name for you guys. It is up 50%. I like the fact that we're catching these sort of decent pullbacks here and then pushes back up, holding VWAP, well, not once, but twice. I like the second hold because it also happens to be the pre-market high. So watch that 3/4. That could be a bit of a pivot area for you a little bit later on in the day. Otherwise, you're looking at top breaks and then maybe taking a shot with a consolidation range of, call it 30 to 50. You can jump into something there with that pivot area as you're out. It's a good risk to reward because it's only about 10, 15 cents of risk if you have a good price. And then you can take it out in front of high of the day and get a 2-to-1, maybe even hold some for that top end break. So I like GENE here, maybe a little bit closer to that 3.25, which I would have as an out and a potential reversal to the short side as long as I have some locates on it.
Guys, just an update for our technician guys. The hot dog, we won't hit it anymore, guys. It's apparently way too loud.
Oh,
so,
seriously?
Yeah, you guys got to fix that.
Apologies, guys.
The sound on the hot dog animation, too loud. So we won't hit that again, and they'll get that fixed for you guys next week. And again, thanks for the feedback. We don't know, so let us know if that's anything else is like that. We'll get that on. We asked some talk about GPS here. Yeah, we're long down here, guys. We're still long at 12s. We just took some out, 27s, 28s. We did have that high print up here. Now the market's starting to go a little bit here, so we'll give gap a little bit more space, but we're still long, and like I said a few times before, we're pretty light in this name now. So GPS, we've already sort of cashed out there. That was a Superman trade to begin with, man. We averaged in so nicely. It went so far against us, got out of some of this average in, and then off the open. I mean, we did have to hold it, but it does bounce around VWAP and come straight back upside, so we do like GPS for you. Save is trying to come back, but again, like our prices, it's not even that bad. It's 56. We're down 20 pennies. I'm just frustrated here because the market is coming back, and yeah, the hot dogs, look, we love the hot dog. We'll get that hot dog fixed.
We don't actually hear these when they come on, guys, so if it's too loud, there's no way for us to know, and we don't want you guys blowing up your headphones or anything, so we will make sure we get that fixed.
All right, here, let's see.
I'm not dodging EQ, guys. We're going to have a look at that. Sean's going to hit it.
Is that any better, guys? They've already fixed it up. This is the kind of team that we have, honestly.
On fire.
They're doing things on the run here as we go. So was that any better? You'll see what's going on. Yeah, I'm not short, George, on GPS. I am long 12-12. You got to give our position board a couple minutes. We do know that sometimes it takes a little bit while to flow through. Awesome. Look at this, guys. Yes, we'll hit the bag. Thank you so much to Rob and Lucas there for fixing that. People loving the hot dog even better now. Wow. Fix that wiener. Okay. Let's get some wiener chicken diners here and see if we can't get some more wins here. But let's go over and recap. I know Neil's been trading some small caps, so we'll see if Brendan has anything on those names. What up, babe?
Hey guys, yeah, small cap time. Let's have a look at a few names that were moving around in the pre-market this morning. CanF, we mentioned right before the open, still up 10% plus. 250 level of congestion here in the pre-market. So I mentioned 240 up to about 250. If you shift over to a daily time frame here, 225, huge level on the daily time frame. So have a look at 225 as well, which was down about here. So we did stall out a little bit there at 225 before it did flush. So great opportunity. Depending on how you approach this, I was using this 250, so 235, 238 even available there. We're just breaking through $2 to the downside on that CanF. Any, that other 3D company outside of that WIMI we mentioned, up on acquisition news this morning. Really great consolidation here below 580, 580 on a daily time frame as well, big time level. This thing now at 360, guys, so 580 down to 360. That's huge for ANY. JRJC was kind of waiting to see what was going to happen with this thing. 23 here, really nice level, then 27. Looks like we're breaking back to the upside. Chinese company, they teamed up with Dow Jones Industrial to bring financial data from the Dow to their platform. So positive news for them. Guys, back over to you.
Hey, good luck, and we'll hit the bang. Oh, oops, the wrong one. This is the, yeah, it wasn't a big trade, so we don't need to hit that one. Normally hit that one for if we have decent amount of shares and we're going to the north side or downside and we get some wins here. But right here, Apple, finally 82-cent win. We take that off at 395.65, guys, right at sort of these same levels that we were talking about before. So we take out Apple, and just look what's going on here today. It's just back and forth dollars. So no wonder why I can't find these winners for you as easily as they are sometimes, because this market is just super, super choppy today. I do not like it, but we will wait to see here. NIO, I see is
we
coming
need a
back.
graphic for Chop Fest. I feel like we can.
We used to have
we
one.
can play up a little Ralph Macchio at some point. I feel like there's got to be something we can work with that. And if you don't know who Ralph Macchio is, look, obviously I'm dating myself. Let us know here in the chat. Do you know who Ralph Macchio is? Absolute legend. Moderna. Legendary price movement today, up 10% still, despite this steep pullback. And there's that 85 that we're talking about. So we just got a bit of a bounce off of 80 a couple of times here, holding just in front of it, double bottom, holding there, getting a push to that 85. It can't get above 85. It's going to be a breakout. A scalp for me at 85 because I like that 87 to 88 area short anyways. But I think at this point, if it doesn't test that level and holds below this 82.50, if we get any kind of price action holding that bottom, I think you're going to have a nice little fade trade again, testing that low. Remember the gap from 75 even on this name. It's worth noting. I also want to get us back to VXRT, which I really thought would be a little bit more active in this name, but you talk about sideways action. This has really gone sideways. I tried to pick some up in front of 1450 at 75 here. It's actually stalled out at about 15
Okay,
even.
here comes
Still a 16
DraftKings.
break, guys. We're watching now for 1475 to 1480. See if we can pick some VXRT. Brennan, what do you got?
Afria, guys, just popping up once again, breaking day highs here. Decent volume on Afria. Some of the cannabis names coming back into play. $5 up here was a decent level. 2 days ago, this thing was upgraded, had a big move if you remember, but Afria starting to go, guys.
Okay, guys, we're back alive, and here we go. Now we can get out the big stick because DraftKings finally going. We did get our average in here at 50 like we talked about. We wanted that ahead of VWAP, and then now look, ding, 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 ding. So we still needed to go upside here to be a big winner. Our average price is 87 right now, so we are hoping that DraftKings can get some fluid behind it and get some rocket fuel, some of that Tesla rocket fuel to the upside here. We'll see if DraftKings wants to go. I still think we take out the high. I'm sitting up here in the teens, so we'll get some out if that wants to go. But I do like that name, obviously. We've been pounding the table on DraftKings. Also, come on, Spirit. If we can get back up here in the 50s, I mean, we're long 52. Maybe I just take this one out for flat. Maybe I take some out right now. Who knows? But that name right now moving for us. And then GPS makes that little bump up higher. So I think this is a good spot to get out. I did see some people asking, Sean, where are you going to get out GPS? I don't know if GPS is even fixed for us yet on the big board, but I am long right now at 12 here on GPS. And guys, this sweater, look, we're under some big time lights here, and I'm still
I don't know how you're still still wearing it, man.
I'm still pretty cool and collective. It's actually, look, I can't say this enough. The mugs are great, but I think the sweater is the best. It is very, very light. I just want to tell you guys that. It's nice. It's awesome. I'm liking it. We're under lights here. You can see my brow getting a little bit. Maybe we'll put on our shirt here. But GPS moving around. Great sweatshirt. Pick that up. It's my favorite item on the top there. Also, one of our production guys is wearing the t-shirt as well. If he wants to come on, we can show that. But we'll put him on the spot if he wants to. If he doesn't, that, of course, is fine. But, okay.
Sean, here, new position alert. I'm just going to yell it out for you.
Go.
EVRI, this one popping up on the radar a couple of days ago, sustaining another push up here, 15%. Just took the both the pre-market high and the opening range high off the top. I got some shares here at 633. You're probably playing a pullback into the quarters. I don't know how much deeper I'd like it. This should have been a playoff consolidation in front of 6, but I only had one order. It was just to take the break. I had this one since the pre-market and wasn't looking at too much else. So add that to my long with IMMP. I don't have any shorts on right now. I am looking to see what happens with Moderna if it gets back to that 850. But it's a couple of longs. Market head back to the upside.
Yeah, let's go DraftKings. Hot dog time. You want the hot dog? Bang! Thank you so much, DraftKings. Here we go, right to the upside, guys. We've been pounding. Look where we just got out there. 24. Holla at your boy. Nice little out right there for DraftKings. So we'll keep watching that one as it's moving to the north side right now. Thank you so much. That brings me back to life right now. And also, guys, I see some notes there. We've got the water bottle back, and we also got something cool. Who's joining me with Hydration Nation? There it is. Probably our coolest graphic yet. Let me know what you think. But we raised the bottle. Go DraftKings. 60-cent winner right now on DraftKings. 25-cent winner on GPS. Let's go to the moon here, DraftKings. Do we have you? Yes, we do. Hydration Nation, one more time, is in the building. Let's go, guys. We're going to look at JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs as we go. But yes, sir, we are rocking and rolling. DraftKings to the moon.
Yeah, and the easy win that just came in, and we're going to go with Superman action. Only one play I had on EVRI. We did talk about this one briefly in the pre-market, and we talked about the break that just happened at 633. We picked it up. We've already got to move into 650. You know we like those quarters and those 50s, especially in a small cap name like this. I think 50 is going to give you a secondary break. Always worth going to the higher time frame, reminding yourself this reversed hard off of was a significant level at $8. I'm not saying it ever gets there again, but heck, if it gets there again, you're probably going to see me make a bet short somewhere in the 770, 780 range because I see that daily chart double top. I'm going to take a shot at it right now. We're working the long. We're a ways away. We've already got a nice winner on EVRI, which we just gave to you. IMMP still cruising towards that 190 mark. We did take half our position already out. If we're close to that, 10, 15 cent range, I want to break still on that one through high of the day at 205. But it is EVRI making another push. Just got some more shares that they're at 647. So again, sometimes things come to plan. You anticipate it, it works out, but you get to celebrate anyways. I'm going to go old school because I haven't used that one today. Floss it off. And we actually still have some other t-shirts, guys. I know we'll give the shot. Sean's got the hoodie, and I'm jealous of it because it looks fantastic. We still actually have these t-shirts as well. Got the fruit salad. We got the floss one. If you want something a little bit lighter action, it is summer, so jump in the merch channel if you like that. The classic, of course, is the mug because we need our coffee every single day. Brandon, what do you got?
Live for you here, guys. Crude oil inventories Wednesday, 10:30, 7.4 million barrel drawdown versus a 2 million barrel drawdown expected. That's in line with the API number out after market yesterday. So 2 weeks in a row, big drawdown on crude inventories, guys.
All right, we're going to look at here at Goldman Sachs trying to go. I mean, look at this DraftKings, guys. Wow. I mean, this has been a destruction of a trade here, and we just keep going to the upside. Why? I always say this. Why do we dump our trades a little bit too early? We did dump our Apple out there for an 81-cent winner. That was a good one to the top side. We were averaging in here a little bit out there, but then some nice wins there on Apple, and DraftKings just continues to push, guys. This is 70, 80 cents in the money. Let me know if you have this DraftKings. Say what up to me here on Twitter today. Guys, join me. Let's see how many followers do we have. 46. Yeah, 4,600 followers today. So let's see if we're making that march down to 5,000 here. NASDAQ mask, and here we go. Here's a little hoodie. We're also on Instagram, guys. If you did want to follow us on Instagram for some behind-the-scenes looks as well here. Instagram going crazy right now. A lot of direct messages there. Oh, and here we go. Already posted a little behind-the-scenes clip of Brendan and I doing our little watch from Lewis Daniels. What up, Lewis Daniels, as well. So follow me me here on Insta. Just opened the account a couple weeks ago, almost 900 followers. Thank you for all the love there, guys, as we go. But yeah, DraftKings looking to break through 50. Let's go.
Yeah, and when you hit the subscribe button, when you join the channel every single day, when you become part of the community, one of the benefits is going to be watching some of these symbols that come out, not just the watch list, but some symbols that you bring to us. You guys were asking about Gene, G-E-N-E over here in the NASDAQ. We talked about our opinion. I gave you my opinion on it. Look, I mentioned I wanted to pick some up in front of 325 with a stop down there. I said, catch some long in that consolidation, 330, 350. You're going to see my lonely order here. Look, full disclosure, you can see this turquoise line. That was me trying to get shares, guys. So we gave you that call. I did miss the trade. I was trying to pick some up a little bit more passively. Should have been aggressive. It did take out that high. So there's your little 40, 50 cent winner on a $3 stock if you got it. I still like that same price area. Watch out for that $4 range. About 3/4 looks like it's going to be a good pivot. We gave that one to you, but finally we are involved in VXRT, and I've been patiently waiting. I was very active in this stock yesterday. Our first leg here is just in front of that 1450, and we said if it dipped down to 1450, we'd take a shot long. Below 1450 looks like a bit of a flush down towards that low a day. So we're going to pick some up in front of that key level. You know we like key levels, but if it breaks that 5-0, it means it's fell in a hole, and I'm not going to hold any shares through. It's a hard stop at 50. Otherwise, we're looking to see if we can't take 15.25, 15.40 back to the upside. It'll still be a 16 break whenever that happens. Now, half an hour, end of day. I don't care. Oh, maybe not the end of the day. We're day traders. But 16 is still going to be a break to the long side if it comes. Brennan, what do you got for us?
Hey, sure, guys. Another earnings name. United Health reported aftermarket yesterday, I believe it was. UNH up about 0.5% here. We're back to these pre-market highs, though. Kind of struggling around this 310, 311 area. Huge flush at the open all the way down to 296, but has made its way all the way back to highs now for UNH, guys.
Just noticing here that GPS does go to its highs right now again, pretty much. Wow, look, I mean, the market, guys, going off. Oh, my mic. The market going off right now. I switched my shirt, as you guys can see. Are we still on? Yeah, we are. Okay, we had to take it off there. It was getting a little bit too. As the winners come in, I get a little more heated here. So, okay, GPS to the upside right now. We'll take some off there. I didn't even notice what these futures were doing, guys. Monster moves to the upside right now. Did JP Morgan break 100 yet? No, it did not. So, look, that's right where VWAP is. We're staring 100 in the face. We're going to wait to see. It looks like the banks don't want to participate at all in this rally. You see the futures heading straight north side. So who is participating in this, you may ask? Let's check out our friend Tesla. We have not looked at that yet. 1506, 1595. Oh, just a $120 range today. Falling off the open. There's always huge moves off the open. I think tomorrow we got to reload it. Okay, finally, Spirit Airlines. Here we go, and we'll bang this one out again. We'll hit the floss for this. Spirit going back to the upside, breaking through VWAP. Thought I was going to take some more trades there, but I guess we missed them. Rate up through VWAP now, looking to get out. Finally, look, it's only a 10-cent winner, but we've had to wait for this one forever, and we do put real shares on. So we'll take this win here, breaking back down through 1855. Let's get some out if that does happen. Otherwise, let's see if Spirit can give us these 65s again, guys.
And, you know, sometimes you have a plan and it works out and you're able to hit the slap shot action on IMMP. Look, we talked about this range at 175, first a break at 80, and then all the way up to that $2 mark. And again, I will have it all out when it hits that 95, 96 area, but I just took some more out at 190. You take that little range trade through the break. You look for that $2 break as well. There is the final out. So we're done with this long. We'll sort of wipe our hands, walk away from this one. We'll catch a 205 entry if it breaks. 2 even is nice. 205, 204 happens to be the pre-market level. 175 remains a re-entry point on any kind of a pullback. It was a fantastic trade once. We've gone short at that same entry, break out at that price. When you got a key level, guys, you take advantage of either direction. We mentioned to you why we didn't like that short there, so hopefully you didn't get caught in this one. Watch out now for the top to get taken off or to add more on a pullback.
Guys, yeah, I mean, big trade there. And you got, look, you're welcome, guys. I mean, thank you so much for, believing in some of these trades. And you guys are all welcome for save. And thank you for the kind words. And I see some direct messages also coming through on Twitter. So thank you so much for that. At Trader TV, Sean, if you do want to send me any messages there on Twitter, we'll get going there. Same handle on whatever the other thing is, Instagram. Okay, GPS goes all the way up, and we do take some out there, 39. So that's a good trade. We we are now basically flat. We'll get out of our last little bit here if it breaks down below 1230. But I don't know if I keep looking at the board and it's off, but I don't know if it still shows us short GPS. But we are long right here at 1212 right now and rocking and rolling. DraftKings just continues, guys. That was a big trade. We're going to see if it wants to take out the top here. Again, we're still into that one. Big trade alert there. Okay, we get out of a little bit of spirit there at 63, like we said. Then I did say if we broke through 55, we would get out of a little bit more. Now we're pretty light on this one, but Spirit Airlines, guys, I don't say a home run, but we'll explode the money on that one. Always nice to average in basically at the bottom. Hard to lose if you do that. So that's why we'll take that credit. But here we go. DraftKings making new highs. This was the big one, guys. We'll hit the swish swish because basketball's back. Raptors probably going to repeat here. We'll see what they can do on that. But moving to the upside right now is DraftKings. A lot of gambling happening. I've placed some bets in the last little while. So there we go. We're going to go to the upside right now with DraftKings. Nice little 85-cent winner. And again, guys, thank you so much for that. We talked about this consolidation down here and then bang it to the upside. Definitely going to tweet this one out as we go. But big time movement here happening everywhere, including now Spirit, GPS, looking at 37. I don't have anything else on. Maybe we've got to put some Apple
Sean,
on.
I got some call out action here. And look, Ethel, I see you. I see that, I guess, a suggestion for a Wonder Woman emoji or graphic for Valeria. I think it's a fantastic idea. You know what else I think is a fantastic idea? To get some female guest traders of the day. And you know what? If you are one, you will catch one of these Lewis Daniels watches for this month and next. Ethel, we have not had enough females come in. We'd love to have another. Not to put you on the spot, but I just did anyways. I think it's a great emoji. I know our team is going to get on that for sure. But right now, we got to get to Brendan at the desk. What do you got?
Yeah, another one from the gaming world, guys. Penn National here up 15%. Saw this one earlier on decent volume, but huge move off of the open from 31 up to 33.60. Decent look on the daily chart as well for Penn, guys. Penn.
Good look on Penn. Just note this JRJC. Look at this bottom it's holding here. There was one test and break of 23 even, but it's rounding out in front of this 23 mark. It's going to be worth a shot here. Now, look, if I had locates, I would be shorting it on a break of that price, obviously. You know, the way I like to short some of these high flyers, but I think you got to take at least one stab off of this bottom. You can either break through 25 on the long side or just jump in front of it. If we get any kind of a turn, I'll be watching level 2. If it bounces down towards 23 and then bounces upside again, I'll catch it on the way up or look for a 25 break on JRJC. No reversal short, but I want to make sure we give it a little bit of room through that 23 just because it did a test to 22.60. So maybe give it to 22 quarter, to 22 half as a bit of an area. Just give yourself some leeway on JRJC. Looks like it's putting in a bit of a bottom.
I was really looking here at mRNA. I haven't been in this one yet, but it's kind of consolidating a bit here, and I do kind of like it. If it can break back above 85.50 here, I think that would be good. What up, Karen? Thank you so much for joining, and welcome to our party. It'll be a good one. If you're just brand new, welcome, and thank you so much for this love and the support. Our membership, I think, is probably near 200 now, so thank you so much for all of that, guys. We really love that. I just did tweet out, of course, this DraftKings play here as well, so follow me on Twitter if you need to ask me any questions after the show. I promise I'll try to get to them. We're pretty busy, especially with guest trader interviews today. And Lewis Daniels here, nice looking watch. We really like them. We got them in today, yesterday. It's really easy, light on the wrist. It's a great looking timepiece right here from Lewis Daniels. So have a look there. Great looking watch. Check them out. Our big sponsor there for the guest of the day. And Neil just did a little piece on that. So we'll throw it over to the board now for the sector watch.
Hi guys, let's have a look at the overall S&P 500. Nicely positive. Yeah, we are up now 1.2% for the S&P. All about the travel names. I'm going to start over here today. All about these guys right here. Here's the cruise line, CCL, RCL, and NCLH. RCL 15.5% to the upside today, all because of this Moderna, obviously, vaccine news. There's Hilton Hotels, Marriott, LVS, MGM, some of the hotels participating. Wynn, not so much. I mean, 6%, but still kind of lagging the rest a little bit. If we shift down here, I saw AAL. Yeah, here we go. Here's the airlines. AAL, Love, UAL, Dow, all, yeah, 5+%. AAL leading the way there, 7% to the upside. Boeing was in here somewhere as well. I don't see it right now, but Boeing also having a nice day today. If we come over to this side, you can have a look at healthcare stocks. Allergen here, X-ray and HCA, 5 to 6% for all of those. UHS 4%, BSX and ABMD. So the healthcare group and also the consumer discretionary stocks making up the most of this gain so far today for the overall market. Industrials also positive. Tech stocks bouncing back a little bit. They were lagging in the pre-market, I noted, but bouncing back a little bit here. Some of the software names doing quite nicely. FTNT standing out, earnings name 4.5% to the downside. XRX, WDC, and TEL there, all 3+% to the upside in the hardware space. Some of the semis not really participating today to the upside, but we have seen those very strong over the past few. Energy names and material stocks, both in positive territory. Nice bounce back for oil prices today. You can see Halliburton there at the top, 4.5% VLO and OKE. FTI as well, 4% to the upside. Overall, 1.2% for the S&P at this point. Guys, back over to you.
Someone asking about a reload on DraftKings. Unfortunately, I had a little bit of a stop order down there, so now we only have 10% left. We did get stopped out, breaking back down here through 32.25. That's a general level, like right there where it stopped out, and then we got, again, we get triggered in and out of some of these trades. But okay, 2 new members. We already talked about Karen. I did want to thank the Game Street Journal right there. Not the Wall Street Journal, the Game Street Journal, guys. So thank you so much for that. And yeah, we continue to love here on Trader TV Live, including some merch sales and whatnot. We're having a lot of fun here, guys. Save Spirit Airlines. Again, we just took some more out here on that high. Now let's see if we get up here again to 1890 on Spirit Airlines. Should be a good trade if we can get it above there, maybe even breaking through 19 today, guys.
Yeah, this is interesting because remember we talked about off the open there, Spirit, less of a pullback on that gap up than American Airlines. So American, as Spirit goes up for you, it actually gets me into that short in front of the opening range, high of 1262. It's got a pre-market top of 1275, which gives you a breakout if you like it. But I'm just taking this short in front of that high, guys. I like it in front of that 62. You just basically take like a scalp short. And again, you can use the 60. I do like the fact that it made a pretty definitive level here when it snapped back off that 62 range. So I jumped in here at 58. We'll risk basically 4 cents plus slippage. 1275 can always remain a bit of a breakout to that top, but it's also worth noting sometimes those pre-market levels matter, sometimes they don't. I like using them in this case. JRJC never gave me that entry point in front of that bottom, but it can remain a breakout through 25 even if we can catch that. Just watch out for the spread on JRJC. Already in the money in American Airlines, so look, if you pick out relative weakness and relative strength, you can have short in one airline and long in the other. It can work out for you guys. So there's Sean with a nice save trade. I got AAL to the south side.
Yeah, saving me today so far. Yeah, it's been a good one here as we go. We take a little bit of luck in coffee through $3, but again, it's not been a super great trade today. A couple shorts, a couple wins, but other than that, nothing there. What's up, Brampton?
A little bit sleepy on Workhorse today, guys. Saw a couple of you mentioning Workhorse in the chat there. They got the coveted value engine, and there was one more. They got 2 Zax. It was Zax and Value Engine upgrades today on Workhorse. But yeah, negative here, down 2%, even with the market higher. Guys.
You know what's not fair? When look, I love the reversal trade. I mean, I'm all about reversing on trades. You take something in front of the falling floor with the idea that you like the short side trade. So I jump in front of JRJC. Just mentioned I couldn't get it. Instantly, it breaks the bottom. So that's usually going to be a reverse. You cash some shares here, probably at 22.5. You could have had 22.70 if you had a 23 break, and it goes all the way down to 21.63. So it's not a huge hit because you can see it got right in and right out. It happened very quickly. But that short is what it's all about. You hunt for those consolidation levels, and if you catch it there, it gave you one of the fastest dollar wins that you're ever going to see there because it's a volatile name. And a $20 stock sometimes, when it's moving $5, $6 at a time, will give you a quick little trade. Now, if you have the ability to short, you're looking at that 25, which I liked for a breakout. That's your new resistance point if you want to grab the short in front of it, and you can go ahead. That's what I would be doing if I could. And I'll continue to try to get those locates because I want to be on the south side of this trade, up 200%. Man, when those give back, the party really starts going here in a couple of levels, 30 and 25. Really easy pullback areas here. And there's another one on JRJC.
Yeah, and we go Luckin Coffee there. You're seeing the board. We're trading that a little bit right here. It's not really doing too much, but we did talk about Luckin Coffee there. So that one's moving around for us right now as well. Short. Again, it says long again there, but we are working on getting that board fixed up. But yeah, I see some talk there about Gap. And yeah, guys, I mean, Gap has been a good trade for us today. It's slow moving, but yeah, it's heading northbound here. And again, we're almost out. We told you we'll get out of the rest if it breaks back below 1230. So that's sort of our spot to get out right there on Gap if it does go. If not, we'll probably just get out the high of the day here, 44. So good little move up here today in GPS as, yeah, Mr. Future President Kanye West, I don't think so, but he did sign that deal with Gap. We'll see what happens moving upside here. Up 11%. Also, Brendan brought to our attention an upgrade on that name as well. So nice to see Gap moving around. But look at the winners we have on board right now. 70 cents on DraftKings. We're long 31.52. It's not a huge trade because we had to get out of these average prices, but still, man, look at that. I talk about perfect. There we go. We'll hit that nice little out there for sure. The high of the day we had on DraftKings. So sometimes it works out. Gap, we talked about that. That's a 30 cent and moving up today's high. Nice little 30 cent winner there. And Save is 45 cents in the money. So we have 3 longs and that's it. Other than that, we are completely flat right now. We've battled back, man. We had some Apple issues early on, going long, going short, just in and out, too messy here. All of these greens are longs. We've only been long Apple. We did take some bottom wicks though. Apple's been okay for us, but considering the futures are now back to day's high, I am expecting Apple to go at some point here, guys.
Yeah, I'm going to hit this, and those of you that are watching Gene, you're probably going to want to know, you're going to know exactly what level just broke. Yeah, of course it's 420. You know it's 420. That's that price. It just seems like look, it just comes up over and over again, but a 325 call there. I was passive, and one of the things you'll learn when you're momentum trading, we're going to talk about this, get in aggressively. And again, I want to exemplify this point here. Looking at that can F, Brennan, look, he had I'm going to call a redonkulous trade on the pre-market in this one at about 250 here. But off of the open, you do get this move up. We talk about fading these sort of buys on these stocks that are sliding back in, filling in that gap. The only way you're really catching this in front of 230 is if you're aggressive. You got to be sitting there and hitting that bid if you have direct market access, as opposed to hoping to get the top. Did you guys, why don't I have that on my board? Love the 420 action there. Thank you very much. Look, I'm not making it a level. I just see it pop up every single day. I don't know who's doing it. You traders out there making 420 a key level. American Airlines just busted me out for a 5-cent hit. Watch out for the 1275 break. That's short, very, very short-lived, I should say. Can F has yet not made a bottom. The second it does, I'm going to be looking for a bit of a long trade, but it's got to give me some consolidation, double bottom action. Then we'll break to the long side in front of the first support we see. Hopefully it's right around here at $2, but it remains to be seen. But that 250 call, absolutely fantastic by Brennan.
Yeah, only a 5-cent. You didn't give that one much room on AAL, but I guess it's a.
It was the opening range trade. I like to actually like to break long here if we can get full 75.
Yeah, you know, we can check back on CCL. CCL were negative on that today, and I don't remember the last time that happened. So we'll have to. Come on, CCL. And that now you go to the upside here. We loved the 1650 break, took it out, and then played some shorts down here. Are we negative on CCL? Yeah, we're negative on CCL because we use a lot of shares. So sometimes if we're wrong, like right here, and we get out on that sell, it's going to be a problem. We reverse short. This has not been a problem. The only problem is why did we not take that long the second time? We take it the first time and lose. We do not take it the second time when the market's going ham straight to the upside right now. So CCL looks like it wants to fall back down. Maybe 1650 can be just as key on one way as it is on the other. My favorite stock and most profitable stock over the last little while has been Microsoft. So we are going to go long on Microsoft. It looks a lot cleaner than Apple here today. You have VWAP all the way down here at 210. Nothing wants to stop this market, guys. That looks pretty obvious right here. So we're going to keep going upside now, looking to break through 211, looking to break through 211.32 there on Mr. Softy. But other than that, Facebook, a little more aggressive than both of these. Facebook up 1.5% today. That may be a better long as well. But like, look how choppy this is. I can't get myself into these trades when they look like this, guys. So we just need to look for something a little bit cleaner. If you see anything, let us know, because right now I'm hunting anything like that in the tech space. We took $20 winners on Netflix yesterday. Maybe it's time to go back to that.
Yeah, I'm looking at EQ here. Just one leg off 17. It bursted up. It just made another move down from the 19 top to that 17 mark. It looks like we got a good pivot area here. We do still have of course, we got an AAL there for the quick little stop there. The top end, the high of the day is 1275. That's where you get that breakout through that pre-market high. But EQ, check that through 17. I like the break to the downside for a short. We will take probably one stab at this long in front of it just to see if we can retrace that high. So that reversal play that we would have loved to have done on JRJC. Make sure I get that all out there. We'll try to put on an EQ. But before we do that, let's go to Brendan for some money talks.
Hey guys, yeah, currency time. Let's have a look at FX World. I want to start with the Canadian dollar today. Obviously, Bank of Canada interest rate decision. Don't think anyone was really too surprised by the fact that they held the quarter point, but they did say 2022 before the economy in this country gets back to pre-COVID levels. So that's a little bit worse than what they were saying initially. So the Canadian dollar higher, though, up about 0.5%, 73.8 for the CAD. Worth noting, there's a big time level right here at 74. If you're a technical type trader looking at FX pairs, 74, big time technical type of level on the Canadian dollar versus the US there. Up, though, 0.5% today. So is the British pound, 126 up 0.5% on the day. Nice looking chart on that one as well. Swiss franc and the Japanese yen again today, kind of doing the opposite thing here. We have 0.4% to the downside. Swiss franc is higher on the day. Australia, New Zealand, both having nice days as well. Down here at the bottom, wanted to mention Bitcoin down for the third day in a row, still holding above that 9,200 level. Ethereum as well, down about 0.5%. 240 for Ethereum. Guys, back over to you.
240 for Ethereum. Remember, guys, coming up after the show, we always release an educational video up on our Market Wisdom page, and here it comes today. Futures trading intro, guys. So if you're new to futures trading, definitely want to check that out. Neil and I don't trade much futures on the show, but as far as the leading indicator goes, we do have that up. And I mean, I watch futures all the time, and that's all that we really do talk about. Does coming up number 2 work as well? Yes, at 1 p.m., oh boy, we're back on the air, guys, at 1 p.m. right here. Join us. We'll get some food going on. I'll probably tweet out what lunch is. So follow me on Twitter if you want to watch that. Trading IPOs, momentum trading. You can see that all there. And SPACs. You know what, guys? Let's check out SPAC Q right now. This is going to be the Fisker SPAC. It's over there on the NYSE. Actually, decent volume. I was going to say not much volume, but 4 million shares today. Decent volume off a 1350 bottom. We'll watch SPAC today, SPAQ, but not really doing anything. Let's see, where did we come from? Yeah, we got as high as 15 yesterday or this morning. Watch this one. This is the Fisker SPAC. We'll talk all about that. Google it if you don't know, but join us at 1 p.m. and we'll go over why it's important that you as a day trader need to know all about these. There's another one today.
Yeah, exactly. I was literally, you teed it up right there, Sean. You read my mind. GOCO, of course, Go Health. We will bring that to you when it comes, guys. But you know, like we saw with Encino yesterday, which opened up with 2 minutes to go in the show. You can't predict these things, but I do have it on my quote board. It is loaded up in our system. It's a $21 issue. You saw what happened to Lemonade. You saw what happened to Encino. So I mean, if this one opens to the upside, we'll watch that first level hold and see if we can't crack into a long, guys. I am looking at a couple of things, but I want to bring you back to a trade we already have on EVRI. Currently sitting here long at a 633 break, on a 630 break, 633 entry point. I'm going to go to break even 635. If it ever cracks this level, I'm just going to get out of it and look for a re-entry point. We already are looking for a 650 breakout long. Basically a perfect trade the first time getting out at 47. You wouldn't have got any better. So I'm going to break out at 635 and cover the trade. The last 25% that I have on will hold for a 65 break and then add to the position, a 650 break and add to our position through there. Next leg up, of course, that next quarter. Brendan, what do you got for us?
Speaking of Lemonade, guys, not a lot of volume, about 500,000 shares here, 2.7% to the upside. They announced today they're getting into the pet insurance industry. Huge industry. People pay crazy amounts of money for pet insurance. Yeah, they announced that this morning. So gapped up on that, but kind of fading that gap to the upside, guys.
You're right about that one. That's a great business to be in, and there's been a bunch. Some of the pet insurance companies have been taken over, so LMND, good look there. Oh yeah, yesterday on Spotify, if you were following me on Twitter yesterday, maybe I can find it here on my profile, but yesterday on Twitter, we were talking about Spotify off of that. There's Fisker. Oh, here it is right here. I posted this yesterday. Not only this is at 137, it was at 131. Spotify launches in Russia, guys. Look where we went long, 256, out here 258, and then our target was 266 on Spotify, and we got to 263 or so there yesterday. So that's just another reason to follow us here. And this is that move up yesterday at about, this is where they announced it. This is where we got long. And yeah, right near the close off that crazy move at the close yesterday, we got to 262. So right there, Spotify back in Russia. Nice little move today, 1.25% down. But again, that's off of this news yesterday, 256. So we haven't given it all back. But if you're looking at Spotify, Russia, they're apparently the fastest growing market for streaming services.
Yeah, watch out that VXRT. Now, this is why discipline matters. We talk about this over and over again, winners and losers. You look at VXRT here. We gave it to that 1450 on a 75 long. You're catching a falling sword. You only risk about 25, 30 cents. This is why you get out, because look at the test of the low. This is a wick that happened at 1360 off the open. This is that same wick to the same price on volume right in front of that low of the day. So alert to 1360 if you can't figure that out in the chart. I don't know, get your eyes checked, something like that. But either way, I'm going to probably be looking for a break at some point on this, on VXRT. Also going to see if we can hold, if we can hold a 14 area to 1360 bottom for any consolidation. You take that break back at 14, hopefully run that one to the upside in the afternoon. Sometimes those moves happen in that afternoon. And Dr. William 911, yeah, we love all of our members. We love all of our community, but we love it when you guys catch wins. And you know what it's all about? You get that gene, which I wasn't even looking at, and then we gave an idea of about 325 break to long side. It's a dollar move. I'm glad you caught that one. It reversed here at 420 because, of course, it did, making a 430 high on a failed break. I still like that 3/4 area, but it's probably going to run to that 350 first. So let's see what does happen around lunchtime. Maybe get another leg to the upside there. JRJC is holding 20. I don't know how long that's going to last. And, of course, whenever it does happen, we will get to that Go Health IPO. I just got out of my EVRI on a break-even trade. That flushed all the way to 6/4, so I'm still breaking long if it takes 650 up. Otherwise, you're now looking for this 605 test, which was already so good in the pre-market. Now, look out for JRJC. I can't go short, but 20 evens coming closely.
Okay, guys, Netflix reports tomorrow after market. Thanks for the reminder there, Brendan. We go short now, Netflix. Was looking for a short. The futures are coming back down here. So, I mean, yeah, late to the party, I'd say so. But again, this is why you got to look at stocks like consistently. You can't just be jumping around like we are sometimes here. But Netflix right here, great little short opportunity there. We were trying to get short. I mean, it's been run up so much here. We are now short 15.19.37. If we can get a 15.19 break here, there it is, bang! Dollar winner right there on Netflix. So let's see how low this wants to go, and then it comes right back up. But there's the Netflix symbol right there. Let's see. It just breaks VWAP and goes all the way down to this consolidation area. I'm thinking we can break it. I'm going to wait down here, guys. Maybe 15.18. See if we can't click a $1+ win on Netflix there. If it goes down, if it wants to go back up, let's average in and then get out basically off this consolidation break up here, 521, 522. So we're going to hold this one a little bit there. We got it. Look, you got to hold on to your winners and losers sometimes so that they can work themselves out. We do have ins and outs. I think that's one of the most important things. If you're going to learn anything from our show, guys, learn that, we structure our trades. And I can't say that to you guys enough. And what up, Tammy? Thank you so much. I just see a new member there coming through. Tammy Johnson, welcome. Oh, I can't really see your picture there, but it looks like you're chilling out on a swing there. That looks nice. Maybe we'll go to a park. Oh, we can't go to parks yet until phase 3 comes. Boo on that one. My kid's waiting for some parks to open up.
But
okay.
Sean, actually, phase 3 could be coming soon, and we could actually be seeing some traders on our floor. Maybe not the full floor, but it'll be better than nothing behind us. I want to get back to Weemy for a quick second here. It put in a nice breakout trade off of the open through 17.25, 1750 area, pulled back hard, failing through that price, but snapping right back. Now it's putting in a higher low, so all systems go for a long in front of that 17.5 price. You can pick it up right here. It's a little of a low risk, a high reward, maybe up to that 19 VWAP area. So we're going to jump into some Weemy. I also like the short through a 17 break. If we ever catch that, I'd pay for some locates on that one to be able to have the privilege to go short, but looking long right now. Brendan, what do you got?
Real quick, guys, from the volume leader board today, VBIV doing 22.5 million shares so far, 20% to the upside. News aftermarket. This is another vaccine-related name, VBI Vaccines. News right at the end of the day in aftermarket yesterday on this one, but just broke day highs there on a volume spike for VBIV, guys.
And we're going to tweet this one out again because Netflix, we just take $1.30 winner on that one. And I gave that one to you guys here. Nice little short, breaking through this consolidation level right up here. We would have liked to get 520, but you get a little bit of slippage there. Get out. And then look at this bottom pick right here, guys. Follow me on Twitter. Still going down. We're out of 2/3 of it, but Netflix still to the downside right now. Nice little $1.20 plus winner on that one today. So big win there happening. GPS still moving around. Save near the highs of the day. DraftKings pulling back. We'll get out of that one, but man, it's been a big day for us. That was a nice little Netflix trade. So I'm going to hit the air horn for you guys. That one putting me back, man. I mean, it was a tough go early on, but man, did we find some bottoms as Netflix continues to go. Nice. This is $1.80 now in the money on Netflix. Pigs get slaughtered. Sometimes I got to hold these things a little bit longer, but let's go Netflix all the way to the downside. Still got a third on this one, guys. What up, Miss V?
Thank you, Sean, and hey guys, welcome to the European update. Europe is in a positive territory today on the news about potential vaccine. France is leading up 2.68%. Britain is up 2.27%. Germany is up 2.23%. Spain is up 2.22%. And Russia is up 0.15%. Burberry fell 7% after reporting a 45% drop in sales for its first quarter. That's all with the Europe, and I'll keep you updated. Back to traders.
We just picked up that WEME, of course, on that little break. I'm just showing you in a bit of a higher time frame to show you how volatile WEME has been. We did get that 1790, a couple of legs in. I took it at 80. I took some more here at 18 even. Looking for a break up towards that 1850 mark and then 19, which was a good level for us. But I mean, it basically immediately comes in the money on that name. I want to get back to UNH just for a quick second. We did talk about how sometimes these it can be a sleepy day trade. Big time run. I mean, it gives you that flush off the open. But look at the top that we put in now at 311. Call it 310.70, but close to that 311 mark. This is why you watch out for these key consolidation areas. Look at this 306.50. That can be a nice little bounce play for UNH here. As a day trade, it's basically back to flat right now. If it ticks negative, you are going to watch out for a 306.50 break. UNH, of course, had earnings and has actually been a volatile stock today. $15 range on UNH. Look out for a 311 break upside. Look for a hold at 306.50 for another long on UNH.
Okay, guys, we're getting out of some save right there for once again another big win. Okay, $1.32. Let's go Netflix. We still are short right now. You can see on the board. I hope that's right. And bang, it is right there. So we turn bearish here on NFLX and have a big win for you guys right there. Short through, and we just tweeted it out. I mean, look, honestly, I'm going to take $1.50 in 1 minute or 2 minutes every time. So I'm not super upset, but here we go. Breaking. I talked about it coming down here. And again, it's all about having a plan, right, guys? I mean, I said I'm going to get out if it comes down to the low spot of this consolidation. Boom! Here we go, guys. $2.50 now in the money. Hydration Nation, who's with me? We have this big trade right here. Let's hit that Hydration Nation little thing there. Rob spent a lot of time on this one. I don't know how much time it was, but here we go, guys. Nice little graphic there. Hydration Nation. Now I'm all clear. You know, I'm thinking much clearer. We've got these big wins on board now. And there it goes. Netflix. Did I say $2? How does $3 sound, Neil? That's a big win there. We take out the stick and we hit this one for a nice $3 win right there. How about those trades, guys?
Brendan, what do you have on BoxL here? It just had a big time volume spike and ran up about 20% in a couple of minutes, making a top end break. I want to jump in on this pullback into 2 because that was an opening range break. But want to make sure it's a great structured trade. So I'm going to take some shares, but I don't want to have a huge position against what obviously is some news that just came out on BOXL. But it's a great little pullback I'm going to take advantage of into that $2 range just because that was the breakout. And then maybe 188, 190 or so to be able to add into it. I know it's that time of day as well. Where we're going to be introducing our our guest trader of the day, sponsored by Lewis Daniels Watches. But Brent, when you get that news, let's see if we can't get to it.
Yeah, just having a look, guys, for Boxel. Not seeing anything at this point. There is a little note on possibly, looks like news from Samsung maybe for Boxlight, but nothing significant that I see anyways at this point for BOXL, but definitely catching a little bit of a bid there. So we'll have a look at Boxel, see if we can't find anything else that is going on. It is 11:05. That means guest trader of the day time, everyone's favorite segment, sponsored by Lewis Daniels Watches. There you go. Yeah, brand new, beautiful watch from Lewis Daniels. Every guest trader coming on for the month of July getting a Lewis Daniels watch. Anyone who signs up to come on at a later date in July also getting a Lewis Daniels watch. So thank you to Lewis Daniels for that. Daryl Flinch joining us today as our guest trader of the day for the first time. So
how's it going?
Fantastic, Daryl. So glad to have you on the show today. It's been an exciting one once again. What have you been looking at?
Well, today, Save, Dave & Buster's, Microvision. So I got a couple of trades in, good winners today. So I'm good to go. I could explain it later.
Yeah, I want you to lean back a little bit from the camera so everyone can see that great shirt that you're wearing as well. Yeah, there it is. Daryl supporting Trader TV Live and the family with a T-shirt. Looks fantastic on you. Daryl, we'll get back to the mug. There we go, and the mug, T-shirt and the mug. We'll get back to the markets. I'll send you over to the guys.
Daryl, happy to see you here. You can see the sponsor. So you got the mug, you got the T-shirt. You're going to be able to add one of these bad boys to the collection as well. That's going to be that Lewis Daniels watch. So congratulations on that. Look, let's just jump right into it because you mentioned a stock that I know a lot of people have been looking at today. So we'll get to your background. We got a full hour to the end of the show here. But I want to make sure we talk a little bit about Dave & Buster's. You mentioned play, I believe, is one of the things you're watching today. So if you just let me just walk us through your process and maybe the trade that you had on this morning. Obviously a great move to the upside here.
So I already had it in my daily chart and I was putting it in my levels. I was looking for the 13 break. I got alert at 12.90 when it was going to break 13. So I was ready for it. I got in at 13.05. I wrote it out. My strategy is always sell half of my position once it hits another level. I know from experience, trading play that it goes up like 50 cents. So I have my stop at 25 cents, but so at 12.75, I got in at 13.05, sold half at 13.55, sold another quarter at 13.85. I raised up my stop order to 13.55. So that's how I do. And then I traded Save. I was in with Sean and Save. I'm going to show my screen soon, just to let you guys show how I trade during the day.
All right, great. Thank you for that. Yeah, no, Save was a good one, but look at the futures, guys. They are coming back down, and I wish you were in this Netflix trade with me because here we go, guys. $4 Superman is in the building again today, guys. The biggest winner here today. $4 straight to the downside. We're looking to crack below this 514 right here. If we could do that again, we did talk about earnings coming up on the 16th. Obviously, a big note to take a look there. Netflix has been getting hammered here from 524 straight down $10. So decent little trade there. And talk about Save. We did get out of our Spirit Airlines right there. I'm holding very, very small. Notice it just breaks VWAP there. Let's get out if you're still in it there. I think it's a good move, Daryl, to maybe get out of Save. I hope you did.
Only had a quarter left on Save.
Bang, so. Good one there. Yeah, we'll hit a bang for you right there. Good play on that one. I have 5% left on Save. But again, I don't think you're really in too much trouble until you get back down here around 18 and a quarter. That could be a good reload spot. I just get nervous when I see, like, these are just like, I mean, this is like stairs, literally. You take a step there, then a step, step, step. So it tries to battle, this is actually like, look, green candle, red, green, red, red, green. Like, it's like it stops to try to get going and then gets flushed back down. So I do like Spirit Airlines. Maybe we'll pick some more up down here, guys.
Yeah, I'm going to hit the disco ball, guys. We got that box sell news. It did just hit here. I want to let you guys know it's making another leg to the upside, and just watch out for 2 1/4. Just going to a higher time frame. Look at yesterday's action, afternoon top at that 2 1/4. I just took some out at 213. We got a 2 even break. We also got the pullback into 2 even, so we added a couple times to the long trade, and now we're taking out that profit. I like that 10% return, but that 2 1/4 level from yesterday in the afternoon. Brennan, what do you have for us?
Another one here, Learn, guys, LRN. So BoxL is an online education software company. Learn, another one starting to go here. Just broke 42 on a big volume spike as well. So yeah, there was a link to BoxL's website that mentioned Samsung, so possibly teaming up, doing some work with Samsung, but that link has already been taken down. So nothing significant or concrete anyways yet, guys.
There you go. So we're live giving you the news, the trades, the winners. But I want to get some of your background here if we can, Daryl. First of all, where are you calling us from today?
Dallas. Just moved down here about a month ago. Still packing in my stuff. I moved
excellent.
from New Jersey, New York area.
I want to quickly say, obviously, be safe. We see those cases coming in throughout the course, so be safe. But hey, if you're at home and you're inside doing that, you get a lot of action to be able to trade. You're obviously pretty active today. Great trades on Save, and of course, Dave and Buster's. Do you usually make like 2-3 trades a day, or a little more than that, a little less than that? What's your style of trade in terms of frequency on a day trade?
Well, I stick with my 4, which is Save, Spirit Airlines, SBR, which is Spirit Air Systems, CCL, Carnival, and Rig, Oceans. I usually stick to my 4 because I know them really well. I know where my levels are, so I could play them all the time. But I do follow you guys, so when Kevin's on the chat, or whenever we go over your list, Brandon's list, and whatever, I choose 1 or 2 stocks from you guys and trade those as well. But today, you guys were trading almost the same things as me, Carnival, Save. I didn't trade Carnival. Once I miss a level, I don't take the trade. So Save, I had it. Play, I had it. Microvision was today as well. That was good breakout at 180. I got it at 183, sold at 193, $1.93. So that's the penny one. And I reloaded on Save at 1810. So I know the level 18 is a key level as well. So you can find some support there. But once it breaks that, you want to go short. 1780, 20 cents on Save usually. Yeah, exactly. Key levels.
Look, we love those graphics. I just want to say, one of the things that you threw in there, I just got to point out for everyone that's paying attention, and you should be paying attention to all of this. Sticking to the stocks that you know. At some point you do get to that level where you may be trading a lot of new things every single day, or maybe even too many symbols sometimes. But when you're starting out, or when you're finding your way to profitability, hey, if you find something that works for you, just hammer it, build that profit, build that base, and then you can always go bigger and better from there. I just want to update you on a couple of things. I'm all out of BoxL in front of that 225. Looks like a pretty good out. I like those quarters. We can catch a secondary break if it takes that 25. We're also looking to be dip buying into 2 even again. So good look on this name. Brendan giving the news, you guys giving the shout out on BoxL, giving that breakout pullback type of opportunity in BoxL. Now I missed the break, but we like that pullback trade when it makes a parabolic move. Find a key level, jump in on that little pullback as long as you're bullish on the name. We take advantage of it here in BoxL. I still have Weemy on. It's the only long I got. No shorts on for the time being. I am still looking to be shorted in Encino at some point. It's been only longs for me there. When we get that IPO opening up, of course, that's going to be go health. We'll see what happens, but only 45 minutes to go before that one's done. Speaking of IPOs, have you ever been involved in one of those, Daryl, or do you sort of stay away?
Yeah, of course. I was involved in Facebook a long time ago. When it came out at 38, I bought it. It tanked to like $18, I believe, that day. But I was long-term anyways. I'm still long-termer, still have shares of it. So that was like probably one of my first ones, IPOs. I think another one, maybe you guys remember Tilray.
Yeah, we remember that one.
That was crazy. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
2018.
Yeah, Tilray's nuts. Okay, guys, Netflix right here. We are getting ready to get out. I did have an order down there at 15.05. I don't know why that didn't fill. What did we print as low as there? 15.04 on a dark. No, we went to 15.40. I don't know what happened there. I should have got filled there down through. So not sure, but that would have been a $4 winner there. Maybe I got traded through. I have no idea there. We did have an order there at 15.05, just trying to get out through some of this nonsense down here. So we'll repost again, but I think, I don't know, I got run over there and did not get that trade. We're still into box L. We just took some out 26. So there you go, Superman here. We're trading everything today, including these little guys. Box L, we've already made that money, but we are still long right now. I do like it, 222. Let's just see what happens with the upside there. We took 6 pennies there, getting out 26 or 27. That was the high. So now we'll wait to see what box L is going to do. We'll dump the rest if it breaks back down below 2. But this Netflix trade really upsetting me there. I don't know. I got run over there. Not sure what happened. We're going to put another bid in here, guys, for $5 winner. Let's go.
Yeah, good look on that box. So I want to get back briefly to the airlines, just a pullback on AAL. I only had the one trade, sort of a quick little scalp in front of that high. It broke, got me out, but that was the rules I was playing with. 1275 remains a bit of a break, but just look at the nice consolidation we're seeing here. If the market can't hold up, and I'm talking about the ES, here in front of this 32.10 area, and then the 32 is a big level down there. If we can't hold that, I'm going to be jumping into a short below VWAP on American Airlines is the weak overall play for me, at least in the airline space. You've seen SAVE be relatively strong, and that's what we talk about sometimes: relative strength, relative weakness. Have a name that you like to express a trade in. If you don't have a particular name, there's always ETFs that you can jump into there. I just want to quickly put you on the spot here, Daryl. Have you watched any of our educational videos?
Of course. Absolutely. I also sometimes rewatch the show, the 3-hour show.
Wow.
During the day as well. So market wisdom is so important as well. Just learning. I'm not still learning, but I'm still reviewing the trades. I started day trading 4 years ago, so.
Okay, guys, there's a $4 winner. Good. Yeah, thank you. So I just want to update everybody. We did finally, we used a different gateway, and this time we used NASDAQ there, and we got out. And so it was trying to run us over there, and we got out there 15.20. So a nice little $4 win, $4.17 win right there on Netflix. So biggest trade here for me today. Nice little win. We take out 2/3 down here at the bottom of this consolidation in 1 minute, where we take that quick $2 winner, and then we run it down to $4.17 win. So we're back, baby, on everything right now. Just give you an update, Daryl. I did get out of that Spirit Airlines, breaking through 1840 off of this 1820 long. We will reload. I mean, you just gave us that level of 1810-ish. So let's look to see if it gets back down there. 1810 on Spirit. Unfortunately, guys, I just want to give our production team an update here. My earpiece is dead. So if it's throw to Brendan, go there. Go, Brendan. What's up?
STIM, guys, another one here. Neuronetics just popping up on a volume scanner. Look at the volume coming into this thing. Just took out day highs, 45%. Not seeing anything in the way of headlines on this, but going to keep looking. STIM moving, guys.
Good look on STIM. Keep throwing up that sponsor, but we got to, guys. It's nice watches you're going to be getting here, Dylan.
Yes. I'm
glad you do. In a minute, I'm going to just let you guys know I got into American Airlines. It broke below that 1245, that VWAP. So I got an entry here at 44. We'll add to it if we get anything in front of this sort of 1255 area on a pullback, but we don't want it to dip into the short as we're testing some of these lows in the market. But you said something there. Your review, the full show. I'm just a little bit curious myself. What in particular might you be looking for when you're watching back the entire live show? I have some ideas in my head, but I just want to hear from you.
What is your tendencies? I'm looking how you guys are reading the charts, how you putting the levels on whatever stock you're trading that day. So that's important to me, knowing kind of how you guys are trading. I have my own strategy that's been working for me. I haven't had a lost day for over 2 years almost. So I have a strategy kind of different from you guys that I'm going to share later. But for the most part, I'm looking how you guys trade. What are you looking at? How you executing how you buying in and executing.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, guys. And look, I know sometimes it goes fast. You see the action here. I mean, just a second ago, my hands are on the keys because I got out of that box sell very, very quickly. I bought the dip in front of a buyer that showed up in level 2 at 218. When it went, No mas. I'm out of that one. So I took a reload. Average price was 222, and I got out at 218 when I saw it fail. I'm still looking for a dip into 2 even, guys. I think that's one of those trades where you catch a pullback on news. It was consolidation once, consolidates again. I'll be happy to jump into that party one more time on BOXL. I can also tell you, of course, I only have the 2 positions. Me still to the long side, and I'm going to add to my short in American Airlines. First chance I get it.
Guys, here goes NEO right now, guys. NEO right now, back to 13. Come over here, Daryl. Want some education? Here comes the level 2 right here in front of you, guys. Look at the level 2. They're chewing it up. You're seeing all the reds. It's going to have to go through about 300,000 or 400,000 shares here. You add these up. Every single one of these numbers on here is multiplied by 100. So you're seeing a lot of volume now. 55 million shares going through on NIO. And look, this is what you call reloading, guys. I mean, it looks like there's not that many shares here, but it's taking a while to get through. So we'll see if NEO wants to go up through 13 here or head to the downside. We're going to go short if it breaks downside. And then it's not going to be a big position. We're only going to hold it back up to these little wicks over here, 1310, 1312 or so, wicking to the downside right now on NIO. But we'll see here, guys. It could take out 13 even as we speak right here. I don't even want to test long, because then what's going to happen is I'm going to get out of my short, out of my long if it breaks, and then I have to reverse short. So you could have 2 losers on board there. I'm going to take NIO, NEO short here, down 7+%. If you look at a daily chart here, though, guys, it's been a nice move back down from 1650 all the way downside here. NEO looks like it wanted to break yesterday down to 1250, so that could be a target zone for us. Like I said, there's a little bit of a risk taking the long. If you did, welcome to 3, 4, 5 pennies here, but I'm going to wait for the short.
Yeah, just watch out. Brennan, I think you have something for us. What do you got, buddy?
Yeah, just wanted to update this LRN, guys. Learn, that was the other education company. It's K-12 Education. They announced actually a headline yesterday. They were teaming up with Foresight for some online software development. So another one in that same space as BOXL, guys.
And I did get that ad in American Airlines. It gave me some shares there at 47. Again, I would have taken 50s and 51s if I could get that consolidation. We are sliding downside. We're approaching that 3,200 area. You know, the futures haven't really been going too far, mostly sideways action. But if we break 32, you want to have some exposure to the shorts. And someone in the chat there was talking about Neil keeps saying he's got no shorts. Finally got one on. I know what you meant. But I actually have a short position on now. American Airlines headed southbound. I want to see if we can test that low, but I will take some out in front of 1230 if I get it.
Shorting a lot.
No, you got to be able to play in both directions. I think even if you have a directional bias, which, look, sometimes we'll come in here in an individual stock. I only want to go long, or I only want to go short, or in the market I think is going one way or the other. But it doesn't mean you can only make that trade in that direction. Speaking of biases there, Daryl, do you ever find yourself taking advantage of a bias? Has it ever been trouble for you? Do you have a market bias when you approach your trading, or is it all just about the symbol, the setup, nothing else?
Well, my levels are the most important thing to me. I follow that closely. I do some stocks I am biased, you know, with Save, Spirit Airlines, BABA, Microsoft, certain things when I'm trading. But the levels and volume is definitely, you know, my points of where I'm going. Hey, I just want to give a shout out to Kevin. I see that he's on. I missed him in the morning. Was looking for him, couldn't find him.
Yeah, so I'm just going to fill the viewers in, guys. For those that don't know, if you're not in the chat here, Kevin is one of our traders on the floor. You do see a full day trade the world floor behind us with some empty screens and seats, because during COVID, the only traders are trading remotely except for us here doing the show. Kevin is one of our traders. He is on the chat. He gives his opinion. He gives his trades. He talks about the markets, and I know some of you guys interact with him on a daily basis here. He does a fantastic job. So shout out to Kevin for everything you're doing there. Glad you gave him the shout there, Daryl. I'll pass it on if he's not listening. I'm sure he is, but thank you for that.
Guys, look at this NIO right here, and that's why we take this out. It's a banger here, Daryl. Right to the downside. We gave you that break through 99 here, so we've taken some out. We were just waiting at 87, missed that one, but here we go, guys. Just another winner for me here today through 13. We're holding this one. We've taken a little bit off, basically nothing, like 20% off of this trade. I was just waiting at 87 there to see if we can't capture that price to the downside, but it's having a little bit of problems here. I think we could try to lighten up a little bit here, 91, 90s or so, having a problem breaking back down through the 80s. But again, if we look at this from yesterday going through, I'll have a little bit of a longer time frame look here. If I can call up a 5-minute chart and see if it loads from yesterday. Where did we go down here? I need to zoom in just a little bit more here. Yesterday on the 13 break, we stopped a little bit at 74. We did stop at 94 as well. So yeah, good little couple outs here for us on NIO. Now it looks like wants to go back to the upside here, but NIO still long or still short, that name, and BOXL still long, waiting to see how high this thing wants to go, if it wants to go at all. But we got to get out of some of this NIO here, low 90s, guys. Big trade.
Yeah, and already to the downside, of course, we've got that AAL. I am noticing here Moderna testing that bottom at 80. It has not broken 80. I see 80.63 as the low of day, but the market rolling closer to that 3,200 mark. You got to hold on to your shorts if you got them. I am going to start taking profit, of course, in American. We talk about, you know, the target at 12.20 here, so I will take some 45s out at 35, 25, and 20, and then try to hold for a bottom end break. You got to have some structure to your trades. That's the way I like to work it here in American. Brendan, what do you got for us, buddy?
MBRX, guys, more COVID-related news. They announced this morning, big pop in the pre-market here, 60%. Yeah, they announced this morning they're teaming up with another company to expand development of their COVID-19 vaccine work. So just breaking to day highs here as well on MBRX, guys.
Yeah, everything going right now, including this one. We just got out. We just took some out there. We'll put it back to a 1-minute chart there because that gave us everything we needed to know there on the 5. So we did cash them out there. 88s, like we said, we were waiting. Or was it 87s or 88s? 88s there on some out there for NIO. So nice little trade happening. And here comes the pullback right back up. Look at these futures, guys. This may be a decent spot to get back in here on NIO.
I'm looking at CCL right now.
Yeah, we'll look at CCL. Okay, yeah, let's look at CCL quickly for you there, Daryl. Yeah, oh, there it goes. Yeah, back to the upside. Are you thinking long if we break through 50 here? Do you need to go through 60? What's your level for long?
60.
60, yeah, okay,
60,
good.
but I'm in right now.
Okay, good. Yeah, great minds think alike. I'm going to wait a little bit longer for this, but you are getting a nice little futures bounce. So good for you there, Daryl. Hopefully that can get back bouncing off of 3,000 down there. So a good little level to look out for. NIO coming right back to the upside here. Good spot to maybe dig into some more shorts, guys.
Yeah, and that mRNA, it's worth noting, look, it did not break that bottom. So you had a double bottom that did not get taken out. So I do think you like the 80.50 as a bit of a hard low, at least for the lunchtime hour, bouncing off that price. I'm going to take a shot shorting through low of day at 80.50 whenever it does happen, but I'm going to go long with a reversal. If we catch some shares in the 81 to 81.5, I think that's a good entry point. We still maintain that 85 is going to be a shot that we'll take to the short side. I'm not going to get away from that at all, but I do want to make sure we have a play in both directions in Moderna because you know it's going to stay relatively volatile the entire session, and the afternoon is going to be just as good a lot of times. Even if it does slow down at lunch, make sure you're watching both those levels on Moderna. I got 80.50 as my downside break and 85 the top end that will fade for sure on that. I'm going to be reloading in American Airlines. We just got back up into that 12.50 range, so of course that means I'm going to be jumping into some there. You're selling some CCL there?
Yes.
Good call there on CCL. Yeah, we love that. I mean, that's been, again, I know you follow us on Twitter there, but CCL has been a big time trade for me. Okay, we are averaging into the NIO. We're going to get out if it breaks the quarter. But BOXL right here, $2.25. We're still going to the upside on this one. That's where we're long. So let's just see what does happen here on BOXL. See if it wants to take out the high of 30 here today. If we do that, then we'll be pretty big. We're waiting at 29 just to see, and then we'll let this one go. More moonshots here coming for BOXL. Here we go, bang! Nice little win there, 7+ cents. Let's see if it takes out 30 guys here. And then we got a mooner on our hands right now with BOXL.
Yeah, I know some people have been asking about that IPO. We don't know when GOCO is going to be opening up. Go Health, whenever the IPO happens, we'll bring it to you live. We only have half an hour left in our show, but I promise you, like yesterday, if the trades happen after show, we're going to get them to you live. We had a couple of nice winners on Encino yesterday, so we're going to make sure we do the same thing again. We look for those buyers. We look for that open hold initial price. And I want to get back to what was a mover, and that's that JRJC. I'm going to stick with the same plan that I already had. You get this bottom end range here. I can only go long. I'm looking for a potential secondary break through 22. 22.15 did hold a couple of times to the upside, but I'm looking at a 22 break on JRJC. If I could short, we would have done so multiple times here, but the only long I like is off that 22 area break. I did get the reload in American Airlines up there when it retested up at 12.50, so some more shares in here at 45, 46 in that same short area. The market still sideways action overall, and we still got that weemy long, by the way, in front of that 17.25. Just to update you guys on a few of those positions there. GENE, and this has been a monster winner for, I know a lot of you guys, the members out there. GENE, I know Dr. William, you got that one. Bit of a failed break at 5 even, and when I see a failed break at an even number on a parabolic move, I like to hunt for the short opportunity in front of 5. You give it to that high of day, which is 510. I think it's a better out. You don't want to have outs shy of the high of the day in this situation. But I'm going to look, see if we can't dip into a short in this consolidation sideways. Been parabolic up, which means to the downside could be a spicy meatball there in GENE. I'm going to get the short here, start building a position on this consolidation. My out is going to be the high of day. You see the sponsor there. I got my flashy watch. And look, Daryl, I want to thank you for the merch that you got there. But adding that watch here should be fantastic. I'm trading GENE here.
The mug. There it is.
There he is. Yeah, finally showing us the mug there. I'll take a sip there.
I mean, hopefully you guys have box L. You can make, you could buy multiple mugs if you're following.
It's iced coffee, by the way.
Iced coffee, okay, sorry
French
about
vanilla
that.
iced coffee.
I don't really like iced coffee, but I guess depending on where you're at. Not a big iced coffee fan, but I know they're super popular. Look at box L right here, guys. That's the banger. We'll hit the hot dog for you there. And it's just going to the upside right now. We're long $2.22. Big time winner here right now. Go box L. Let's go to the moon, guys. Today we've traded Apple, CCL, DraftKings, GPS, JP Morgan, Luckin Coffee, Netflix, Neo, Spirit Airlines. But your boy comes back on this no-name box L and just hammers it. So there we go, guys. Bang to the upside here. Nice win on box L. We're taking this one to the bank today. Nice big win, 20 cents here. 10% return plus right now on box L, and we've still got a decent amount on. Let's run this thing to the north side right now. Box L, big win, guys.
I want to jump back over to another name here. I've been in and out of box L. I do like that one on a pullback to $2. I've executed a 2-even break. 225 looks like it was a good one as well, but I have to get back to Moderna. It is heading down towards those lows. I was waiting for an 85 test. You're going to see 83 start to round into form here as well. And I think if you want to be an aggressive trader, this would be a decent place to be looking for a break as well, around 83, but you want to give it to the 83 quarter. It's basically been, I'm looking at, only a couple of cents worth of spreads. When a key level goes here, you're probably watching 25 to 30 cents worth of spread. What brings me to a question here for you. Everyone has different styles of trade. If you're active, you have to care about things like slippage. How do you factor that into your risk there, Daryl? Do you find that you have to be very aggressive or you're taking a breakout when it comes to slippage, or do you not care? It's like, I want this price, and if I don't get it, I'm not going to go too aggressively past my key area or that key price that you're looking at. What's your approach when it comes to slippage?
Well, I have my key levels. So if I don't hit my key level, if I don't get in at the price I want, I'm not even considering it. I don't chase anymore. I used to chase in the beginning when I started day trading. I don't like it. Sometimes I do scalp when I get the chance. Sorry, CCL, 1665. So I'm probably gonna see if it could test 1670.
And there goes, sorry guys, there goes Gene through the high of day. If you're watching this one, so I do this short in front of it, it breaks the high, I'm reversing to the long. This one just seems like it can only go up. I mean, I was basically calling for a 325 long that I was passive on, and we'll talk all about that when we talk about breakout trading and when we talk about momentum trading. We're talking about being passive versus being active, and sometimes you gotta be active, and I was trying to be passive on the bid at 325. I missed it. Here, $2 later, we're finally going on another breakout through 510. So GENE, I mean, there's a lot of high flyers in the market. Just add this one to the list. It's breaking. I'll take some out in front of quarters. I'll see if it can't get to the 550 mark on a pullback. You're watching that level of consolidation that I liked at 475 short. That would be a place to dip back into a buy to the long side, I think, if you get a shot on GENE up 130%. Seems like it doesn't want to stop here. Sometimes it's all about playing that trend, guys. You don't always want to fight it very long. You give it one shot, but if it goes, don't fight. It's like fighting the Fed. You don't fight that trend.
Guys, and there it is, another monster right here. BOXL, look where we just got out. 54? Okay. We just continue to go nuts on this stock. Big time winner here, 10+%. So we'll fall down the money today on BOXL. Was not expecting this at all. Normally, I don't trade these kind of names, but this just looked great. Yeah, hit that like, hit that subscribe, guys. Pound it out. A nice little out there here. I think we can get some more out here at 40, 44, 45. These names, just as easily as they go up, can fall back down. So just like Neil and I always mention, you got to have a plan, Daryl, and I know you have one. You talk about watching our show back. If there's anything you can learn, I think it would be that, right? I mean, we got to be very, very disciplined when we are trading. Yes. Just like on this NIO trade, sorry there, we're almost done. Just on this NIO trade, average in, I do have a kill spot up here of 13.25. So you kind of got to know where your ins are and where your outs are. In BOXL, guys, we're going to give this one all the way back down to $2, but start to get out of some right here. And by the way, Daryl, big time trade will hit a bang for you there on CCL. Congratulations on that one.
Yeah. I'm gonna scare you here. 1675. Dale, I'm going to hit this one for you because we haven't done this in a while, but sometimes you got to dance it off. And look, if you get stubborn on Gene, I like shorting these on consolidations, but like I said, you don't fight the trend. We gave you 540 as a target, or 550 as a target. We just got to 545, so I still have about 20% of the position. I think we can add on dips. I would have liked 475, but now you're talking about 5 even on a dip. I think you're looking at about 550 on a breakout trade to add to your position if you like it. Gene continues to run, but Brendan's got an update for us.
I missed this one this morning, guys, but still doing some decent volume here. 140 coming back into play for PHUN. Cisco using some of their technology, I'm reading, in a post-COVID pandemic world as far as cloud-based technology is concerned. But PHUN, nice fade off $2 this morning, guys.
So we are waiting for Go Health. I'm just sort of like scouring Twitter and seeing some notes on Go Health talking about where it might open up. I'm hearing like someone say 24, someone say 28. When you start getting indications that are bunched together as far as opening prices go, we might have an open coming up in that promptly. When it does happen, I'm going to jump right to it if we can. Like we said, 550, you take those quarters and those 50s. We just got most of our shares out in front of it. You did pull back, but nowhere close to 5 even, so I'm not going to be adding to it unless I get the prices that I like on a pullback. We are still net long on that break of 510. We still have that Weemy long, which is not doing much of anything, but you stick to what's moving on a day like today with sideways action in the futures. I've traded like, I think, 10 or 11 symbols here, and really it's been the ones that we knew were going to be wild price action, like Moderna, that JRJC, IMMP was another mover, and add GENE to that list. BOXL, of course, was great as well. So lots of these high-flying gappers that have been fantastic. You just got out? Sorry?
No, I took a quarter out at CCL.
Nice, good.
I'm looking for the 1675 level. That's a key level.
You like CCL up there?
Go back in the chart. 1675 is.
Yeah, there's been some bunch up there. Yeah, you can go to my screen, guys, and Daryl can keep talking. But yeah, no, 1675 there, a nice little boxed up area right there. Now that we have BOXL, all I'm talking about is boxing now. Okay, 1675. Yeah, I do like that area. For me, CCL today, it hasn't been great. I'm actually negative on the stock today. We fooled around with it a little too much and too hastily here off the open. But nice little 10% move. We'll see what happens now to the upside of CCL, of course.
We've been getting 1850.
Yeah, we've been getting some out here. NIO, the name is NIO, symbol NIO. 1350 was our short. We averaged in. Now we're getting some out here. So this trade will be fine for us. This will work itself out. We just need another breakdown here of $13, and then we'll be huge. So right now we're flat. We have the shares, but we're at 02, but we've taken some off here, off of some of these shorts. So back into the, here we go. Come on, NIO. If this can crack through 13, I do like it again there, Daryl. But it's been a big day. I don't have any fruit salad here, Daryl, with me, or else I'd hit it for you. I know that might be disappointing. The fruit salad today didn't look so promising from our caterer, but I will do a cheers to you. We'll lift up your Trader TV mug. Maybe we'll clang that off right now. Cheers. Ting to you,
Cheers.
Daryl. Thank you so much. You've been a fantastic guest, and I do want to mention to our production team, we can have you back on anytime. What up,
Guys, I stand in front of a train on G&E. Before we get to Brendan, I stood in front of a train and got run over on the short, but that's okay. You pick yourself up if you got anything left, and you want to make sure you do. I just got to $6. I took it out here at $5.80. Man, we just got to $6 and then hard reversal. So you catch a 50-cent win on the last of those shares. Box L, GENE, this is what it's all about. Brendan, what do you got for us, buddy?
We were talking about Afria earlier, guys. Some of the cannabis names still strong here. Look at Kron just popping up here. Big volume spike through day highs there. Kron up 7.4% on the day, guys.
I guess it's Netflix and smoke, maybe, I guess, is what's happening right now. But yeah, a lot of these cannabis names, they've been beat up pretty badly. My favorite one to trade, just because I find that you don't get wicked out as much on some of these plays that you'll do on others, would be CGC. And today, unfortunately, this one is the laggard. So down 2.7% today, or sorry, up 2.7%, but not like Afria, APHA over here on the NASDAQ. That was up 7% when Brendan brought it to us, but faded back a little bit.
Long term.
Yeah. You're that one long term. Unfortunately, I'm a pretty big bag holder on a lot of these cannabis names. So yeah, I have Afria long and I have ACB long. Canopy, I have everything. Canopy, I was lucky enough to get long $6 Canadian, which was fantastic at that time. I did want to thank, I don't know if this is an L, I guess it's an L. RL Wall, thank you so much for being a member. Daryl, I don't have to probably ask you this, but I assume that you're a member.
Of course.
Duh. Yeah, so again, great job there. So Daryl's a member.
I got the mug. I saw the hoodie. I'm like, man. And then the goat.
Yeah, the hoodie's going to be a good one coming up soon, and we'll see. We are going to list a few more things. I'm getting a sticker also for Hydration Nation. I don't even know what ETOW is, but we're going to cover that up with the Trading Nation sticker coming through. But look, it's been such a fun day here. Thank you for coming on. The futures are now crashing back down, and I hate to say the word crashing, but look, 32.18 back down 10 handles in about 10 minutes. That's pretty good. We're going to look to take out the bottoms here since this market's been open at roughly 3,200. If that cracks, guys, hold on to your shorts.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. It is about holding on to your shorts if you got them on. Just to let you know, we talked about Macy's, and I do see a few members in here talking about that, and it's probably because we've been mentioning a channel that we're making some money off of, 635 into 685. Just quickly show you the three, and if you can jump out of here. Look, we broke into the upside. That's why I haven't really been as involved in it. I wanted to see if we held that 685 top that we've been seeing. It has done that. Look. So resistance turns into support. That's the idea I know you guys are playing with. I like that in front of 685. It was 35 before. It's 85 now with it bumping again to the upside. So see if you can't do that same rinse and repeat action on Macy's. I love that look. I love that you're following those patterns, guys, even when we're not necessarily actively trading the names. Brennan, what do you got for us?
Just watching Salesforce here, guys. Just saw a headline on CRM, now negative, down 0.5%. Just broke day lows here. They updated Q2 digital sales aftermarket yesterday. Bit of a mess as far as price action there, but 71% growth Q2 sales. I guess that's not good enough because we're headed downside on Salesforce, guys.
Yeah, it's nothing.
We just opened up on GOCO, just opened up and not that high. So we've seen some high flyers. It actually does open up at 25. Now we mentioned, I saw 28 is speculative price, 21 is the issue price, 25 is trying to hold, but with no size on the bid. I'm going to look for the first big buyer that I can find and then jump into position to the long side or catch a break. And I see a seller at 25.50. It might have to be that. That's the current high of the day. So if it takes out the top, we're going to go long side on this name, guys. Let's see what happens in GCO, which just finally opened here with about 20 minutes left in the show.
Yeah, we're long right now, that name 23s. So let's just see. Like Neil said, though, look at the spread, guys. I mean, spread's pretty big here. We'll get out if it breaks its opening price here, 24.79. There it comes. It's going to go. It probably will come out soon. Not a big position. I mean, when you have a spread like this, Daryl, how do you take even hundreds of shares? Seems to be unreasonable when you have like a 30-cent spread sometimes here. So we'll hold this one to the upside, but looks like it'll get flushed down pretty soon, and we will get out. But right now, long 25.23 on GOCO. right now, another IPO. Just to give you guys an update, Boxel, we are getting some out right now for that 10% long 222. We smoked it though all the way up here. When things get near 50s, guys, that's when we start to get out. So this is a big out there, and that's another big out. We now have about 12% of our position left. So if you can figure out maybe how many shares that is, pretty easy with that 12%.
Took a quarter out on CCL.
Oh, did CCL still going there? Yes, it is. There it is. I don't know. We're going to hit a smile. We'll put a smile face on for you right now.
Daryl hit it.
That's a big one, man. So I guess you're having.
Break it.
Daryl, I guess you're positive today?
Oh, of course.
Boom!
Oh, yeah, it certainly sounds like it to me.
Nice. We'd like to hear that positivity, and there it goes straight to the upside. Look at GoGo there, 25.50. Let's sit at 26. Here it goes, 40 cents in the money now on GoGo as we keep going upside here. Nice little trade to go here. We'll see if we can't get this out even higher than this, guys. It's starting to build up on the bid. You have a
on the
little
offer
bit of a fight
too
here.
as well. I'm seeing some layered orders. Look at this level 2, and you're seeing some layered orders here at different levels. I actually saw a buyer at 24.85 to 95 step up a little bit there, and we just cracked that seller, of course, at 50. So I'm entering into the long once we took out some highs. I think you can look at maybe 24.75 as an area out, just because I saw that buyer at 85.90. Otherwise, look, we'll look to that low of the day. We'll look for continuous high breaks. It hasn't been quite the high flyer. It hasn't been as volatile as I would have liked, but we are now into this trade, taking this little lump here. I did have one in and out at 25, and now I have another long in here. I think you have to give it that 50 cents. Because this could be more sideways action. We've seen gap ups and then $10, $15 ranges. I'm not sure GOCO looks like it's going to be putting those same types of moves on. So the spreads might be a little bit tighter, which can actually allow you to be more aggressive with your trading because really it looks big, but it's only 50 cents. When we saw on NCNO and we're taking $2, $3 moves like it was nothing.
Yeah, and here it comes back down. Yeah, no, I mean, look, unfortunately, Daryl and Neil and everybody who's watching this, we don't have that much information on these stocks. There's actually nothing to go back on, right? I mean, it's just one of those things where you sort of got to play the price action. And there we go, like back and forth and around. It almost tests that bottom once again and does not break. But GOCO, right now, we are long that one and pretty exciting to see what's going to happen with this name. You all know where my kill spot is. We do have right now NIO. Seems like it's resisting. Our average price now is 04, so I'd like to take a winner on it. We just took some out at 04, but looking for a $13 break on this one as we go. Are you flat on CCL now, Daryl?
Nah, it broke 1675. I'm looking at 1680 right now.
Nice, good call on that one for sure. We should have loaded some more up on GoCo there. Where was your out going to be, Neil, on that one?
There was a buyer at 85 and then again at 93, so I'm just going to throw it below that buyer, which I saw there. I'm not saying there was someone that's going to be loading up on shares, but I just saw that's where we had the turn, so I do have an order to take some more long if I can get it. I missed it on the way back up. Yeah. I had a couple of quick in and outs. I have loaded back in here, but if we can maybe throw it just sort of randomly around that 24.75. Again, I don't know that we're going to have a buyer there, but it doesn't seem to matter because we're about to crack 26. So I'll start getting some shares out. We don't know where upside is going to be. You don't have levels to work off of. You're taking area breaks if you can. You're just sort of guessing at where there might be some consolidation, guys, and even dollars are going to be that key. We did see that one buyer we can work off of, but now we're cracking 26. I want to make sure we're holding some for a 26 break just to see how far we can go to the upside. So we'll take some shares out in front of it and then see how far we'll go. I don't know if it's going to be 26.50, 27, even more turns, but when it does, we'll catch them out maybe on the downside. But GoCo's already been a bit of a wild ride. We've seen some action, but not necessarily big sellers on the level 2, which is usually the indicator that I'm working with, guys. So we're kind of guessing as to some stops, but there's that 26. I have taken some out in front of it. I'll be buying on dips in front of 25, even if I can. Maybe cashing a little bit of a scalp break at 26 even.
Yeah, good trade happening here. Let's see if 26 even can break, and we'll put some more longs on as well if that does happen. But it seems like it does not want to, so we may test once again to the bottom side. But here we go, finally.
Share my screen.
Okay, yeah, sure. NIO right now looking to break to the downside, break through 13. Let's just see if that does happen here, Daryl. And then, okay, it does not. So yeah, if you want to go ahead, guys, it sounded like he's ready to screen share if he has something.
Well, I'm on my brother. Shout out to my brother Christian who let me use his account because I didn't want to ruin my levels. So I'm going to use his account. I just want to show something quick. So let me see if it comes up. Let me know if it's up on your screen. All right,
There it is. Yep.
It up?
Yep.
All right, cool. So
If we go
this
full
is
screen
what-
on that, guys.
There it is. Yep.
this
Go
is
ahead,
basically
Daryl. We can
what
see it.
So I have save over here. Usually I save all my stuff like this. This is my brother's account, so I just did this yesterday to make sure for the show. But this is a way to, keep track of the trades you want. The biggest thing and how I follow you guys, I right click here, I put it an alert. If Neil or Sean is talking about 1830 break, I'm putting or 1850 break, I'm putting my alert at 1840. I'd say 1850 long on save. So I put it there. So it'll alert me so I could get in if I want to. Also, this is another way you could go buy custom, put your stop. You could go here, over here, and you could put, a condition. This is important because, so 1850 break, if you want for your trade to go in automatically and, to go in, it'll go in and then you could get out. So that's how I follow you guys. Another, you want, if you're trading really fast, you could change this. I usually have 2,000, 2,500, 5,000 over here, but this is my brother's account. So, and he just started. So a lot of times you could quick, and also, if you click over here, it'll do it automatically. Another way to do this quickly. I'm constantly looking at the fills. So that's basically it. I just wanted to go over that.
Yeah, I love that. I think it's fantastic. You're using alerts, whatever is embedded in your platform. Of course, we trade with P-Pro 8, and you'll see me throw my quote board up here from time to time. We actually have an alert system as well, so I can get price alerts on those, whether you're using an outside source. GoCo, I got it all out here last little bit at 26, and I kind of wish I wasn't trimming risk every single time at break even when it would come back down, but we're able to hold some for that 26 level. If it breaks, I'm going to be taking little quick scalp breakout trades. We got 10 minutes to go. I am also looking for a pullback. Now, we mentioned, and look, I just saw on the level two, someone pop up at that 24.85, that 24.93. So if it comes down there, my stop is below 25 even. I will take a long in front of 25 with a stop around that 3/4 mark. Otherwise, 26 break, and then waiting for 25 even, nothing in between. GoCo, another good IPO. Thankfully, we got to have this one live on the show for you guys. You see how wild the action is. It can be fun, it can be addictive, but just make sure you have a trading plan when you're trading these high-flying IPOs. It goes very, very fast. Have an idea of what you want to accomplish, so you're just sort of reacting, a little muscle memory action. Sean and I have done this many times. That's why I know it seems crazy, but there is a method to a lot of this madness.
Yeah, I mean, my method is really for this one, just go long. I mean, every IPO, I'm going long there, 25.25. Look, we could have got this out for 75 cents numerous times, and we didn't. So let's just wait to see if it does break this 26. They're already up quite a bit. I'm willing to dump this all on the backside again. So if we break down here, so be it. Let's just wait to see what happens through 26. I'd love to get out here 26.50 if we can. We will add some more shares to that. And guys, guess what? We did crush it. Finally, guys. So we'll hit a little bit of fireworks for NIO on a nice little reload back up here. 8s, 10s, 11s, 15s. Then getting out, it does break. And maybe I could zoom in just a little bit more. These are our outs, guys. 95, 96, 97. I did say that we were going to watch and scalp it through a break of 3. So 13 used to be $3 to the upside. Okay, Box L back upside again, guys. This is another 20-cent win on board on Box L. It's the same trade that we've always had. We'll wait to see if this can complete the U pattern all the way back up here, back to 255 and change. That should be a good little runner for us if it wants to go. And that's all that we have on, man. We have GoCo. I don't even know the company name. That one's going long side, and Neo is going to the short side. And just an update here, we do have Hydration Nation. Oh, Crow. I just passed the, let me find. Oh, I just passed it again. We have this little board here, our stream deck here. that we can put on these little logos. There it is, Hydration Nation. We have about a few of them up here. We're taking another sip. We're almost there, guys. We're at like the 11 o'clock range. So we got a little bit of work to do. We are coming back live, guys, at 1 o'clock. So Hydration Nation returns at 1 o'clock as we watch GoCo here getting spicy and breaking through 26. So your boy has this one long. Let's see what happens now on this breakthrough 26. Did not accelerate the way we thought it would there, but we'll see what happens now. Long 26 here on GoCo. We took some more shares. Let's maybe take our initial long off now and just hold this one. But GoCo right now, nice little win. Let's see how far down now this thing wants to go. I had an order.
Yeah, I just tested again, and so I got a couple of long breaks that happened. GoCo was one, but also Gene just tested 650 here. Now again, you might want to check your position size at 12 o'clock when you're taking breakouts as an overall strategy, but Gene was a good break through the first time. I actually didn't get it at 6 even, but now looking at 650 to the upside if we can hold that top. Look, we've only got about 5 or 6 minutes left, and I know one thing I always try to ask is, you're an active trader who's doing fantastically. I know you're positive today. What are you looking at in the afternoon? Do you have any setups you watch? Is there anything that you haven't traded that maybe is on that radar you want to throw at us as we go into the end here?
Well, I'm going to still stick with play for today. See what's going on there as a hit weave up. Other than that, I'm pretty much done for today. Probably come back in the power hours, see what's going on. For the most part, I'm pretty much free after noon.
You just say power hour?
Yeah, 3 p.m. to 4.
There you go. I like that. I like that term, the power hour going into the close. Lots of volatility there as well. We tweet out our trades that we make in the afternoon. Had some VXRT, traded some Nika, some Encino, that IPO from yesterday, which quite frankly was a little bit more exciting than the one we're seeing today. Gene is popping past that 50 mark. I did get some out on GoCo here above that 26, but it's not really going far to the upside. A winner's a winner, right, Sean?
Yeah, we just took $1 on that, so hide your wife and hide your kids. GoCo, nice little dollar win there. Out at 10, in down here at 20, 90 cents to win on that one. Now we'll hold it and see what kind of upside GoCo has now. We've already put that money in our pocket, so pants down? No, pants up today. Big wins everywhere, guys. We're just cruising away, and here goes Boxell looking to complete that. What up, B?
It's just an update, guys, on this BE, Little Clean Energy name, just breaking day highs once again on volume. This thing has just been on a tear today from 13.5 up to almost $18 now. They were getting into the hydrogen space and announced some details on that today for BE, guys.
And thank you once again. We had some ideas on GENE, and initially they were wrong, but you don't fight the trend for too long. That's one good way to get broke. We did take successive breaks here. The 650 looking pretty good into that 6.75, and then the next stop, hopefully $7. You talk about parabolic moves. GENE is in one here. I only have 20% of the position left. I don't love pullback trades, so I'm not going to be adding to this. I'll only take breaks because at some point, yeah, I'm going to jump into the short on this one again. Maybe it'll happen in the afternoon, but when it goes this far, 200%, there's always a point, line in the sand that I'm going to find and draw it, and once I do, I'll look for that short again in GENE. We're out in front of the quarter. Next stop is that 7. I mean, I don't know. This stock just, you cannot stop it. Pop a wheelie for Genie. I don't even know if that's the name of the company.
Yeah, good trade there on GENE, similar to the Boxell that we have on as well. So good look there for Neil finding that one and hitting.
That was the viewers, man. I mean, like, look, this was you guys. You guys mentioned GENE here. I gave my thoughts on it and then missed the 325 entry that I was talking about. So it's all you guys. It's a 100% move from consolidation in the morning, and it's a fantastic look. This is what the community is all about here. We can learn from each other. We can find symbols.
Let me give a shout out to some of your viewers. You know,
go for
Eric
it.
Meadows, Callaway, you got Matt out there, you got Jarhead, Elizabeth, you should get on, you know, a couple of other people. So, I mean, it's definitely family. I was one of your first viewers when you first started back in early April, I think.
Wow.
I think Beyond Meat was, I was thinking of going long term in Beyond Meat, and then when Sean was trading it that day, I decided to go long. So I have an E-Trade account for long, and I think I use Thinkorswim for day trading. So my E-Trade account is full of long positions. Recently I did Zebra, I did LVGO is another long term I have. SPG is another long term I recently bought. Neo is another long term at 9. Data as well. I got in Data probably because I have Alibaba Baba So I got data at 21. So I am in long term. So my goal is always to beat my long-term account. So while I'm day trading, I'm trying to beat my long-term account. I'm going to beat it this year as well. Last year I beat it, but my first 2 years, my long-term account beat me. So definitely practice for people who are looking to build their account. I like going long-term. You know, use what you have. In terms of day trading, you definitely have to practice. I mean, know what works for you. I was going to explain my strategy. You know, when I get in a trade, my first sell is half of my position. So, and now I'm going to the next level where I'm selling another quarter. I'm moving my stop. I'm using stops all the time. I move my stop, you know, maybe let's just use, say, so 1840, I had my stop there. It bought in at 1851 or something and went up. Then I moved up my stop to 1851 after I sold my half position. So this is how I don't lose on stocks. Sometimes I do lose on stocks, but most of the time I'm positive during every day. Like I said, for the past 2 years, I haven't had a lost day. So, you know, I trade what the market gives me. If the market is going down, I'm shorting, I'm going long on different positions, but you know, it takes time. So you need to practice first, get your strategy in, know the process, be disciplined. That's so important when you're trading, especially day trading. For long term, you're looking fundamentals. So that's the biggest thing: cash flow, cash on hand. But day trading, you definitely need to practice. Use stop losses all the time for every single trade. That's the biggest thing. When I first started, I didn't use it, and I learned my lesson. So I had to rechange my strategy, use stop trades for every single position I take.
Love that.
So thank
Love
you guys.
to hear all
Appreciate
that.
it.
Thank you so much, and thank you for shouting out some of the viewers here. You've been watching a long time. We do appreciate that. You mentioned one of your holdings was data. That means we need to get over to Brendan because he's our daddy over here when it comes to wrapping this puppy up. And we got some earnings to get to.
4% today on data. So Daryl loving that, I bet. Let's have a look. There you go. Let's have a look at what's coming up, guys, after market today and before the open when it comes to earnings. There are some big names on this board today, including J&J up there and Morgan Stanley as well.
Yeah, this week, I mean, it's been all about, of course, the financial earnings. So you throw Morgan Stanley into that, and we'll be watching that one very closely. You know, Abbott, well, I'm not that interested. J&J possibly could be an interesting one for us there. I just want to quickly mention GENE here, hard turn. I got it in front of 75, but it just had a hard turn at 7 even, and the first parabolic move down. So I think it's going to be 7 even as my spot. For the short term, we'll have that as a bit of a stop. I might jump into that in the afternoon. We'll tweet that one out when we do get it. I just want to say a big thank you, Daryl, for coming on here. For being a longtime viewer, for having all of the merch, for letting us know about all of your trades, your style of trading, your investment account, whatever it might be. And thank you so much. And enjoy that Lewis Daniels watch. I got mine on. The entire team does have it here. There's one more thing we got to do.
Shout out to Valeria.
Yeah, well, this is exactly what we're going to do. So there you go. Throw it to Valeria.
Getting the lights.
Hey guys, and hey Daryl, so happy to see you joining us today. By the way, I love your outfit and the mug. You look fantastic, like a real Trader TV Live member. If you will be making any images for your social media, please tag us and we will proudly retweet it. And guys, please join us also. Send your request to marketing@Trader TV Live, and you will also receive beautiful free watches sponsored by Lewis Daniels. I'm also sending their website on the chat. And guys, join us today at 1 p.m. Open the video, I'm sending the link in another tab, and join us today at 1 p.m. for another educational recording. And as usual, I'm saying what national day is today, so happy Gummy Worm Day, everyone.
I like gummy worms. Gummy worms are nice. Treat, that's for sure. I don't want you guys to sleep on J&J. I mean, J&J has earnings tomorrow. Should be pretty good. We get as high as 150 here today. And then I'm a huge. You want to talk about long-term positions? I'm a big one here in J&J. We dipped all the way down here to 100. I mean, a lot of products being bought right now. This could be a possible options play for anybody. I think we actually take out possibly the high tomorrow in J&J. But look at NIO, guys. That's still making its move downside here, back to 13. This is a 13-cent winner. Thank you to some of the viewers for alerting me that we were starting to go upside there. I was able to get some out at 04 and then eventually at 08. But big winners all abound, guys. Lots on. It's been a big day. Join us very, very soon. We're back in an hour.
Absolutely. And with that, did you pick up some GOCO? We'll tweet this one out when it does bounce to the upside, hopefully in front of that 25 at 24.75 we're talking about. For the entire team here, I want to thank you once again, Daryl, for being our guest trader of the day. If you want if you want to jump in and do a fantastic job like Daryl has, just send us a little bit of a note. And if you do it this month or next, you will get that Lewis Daniels watch thanks to our sponsor there. But for Valeria down the line, give us a heart. Everyone has to see it. Sean Katina looking fantastic earlier on. I love that hoodie. I think you made the right call with the black hoodie. Get that merch and a little hydration action.
Join
the merch.
Yeah,
and of course,
the merch and get the Hydration Nation. Let's go.
Brendan coming through with a lot of news today. As usual, you got to get those alerts. A couple of symbols that I wouldn't have been looking at without them.
Quick, Neil. J&J before market open tomorrow. Yeah, that guy too. Before market open tomorrow for J&J, guys.
Thanks a lot. One last one for you there. I am Neil Roberts. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is tradertv.live. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Thanks,